Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? It's Nice Guy Andy podcast. We're live with, you know what we do. It's a Wednesday night podcast. We watch wrestling. We got some special guests in the room today. Sean John isn't with us tonight, and Superfan isn't with me. But tonight I have the local famous wrestler Zodiac, which is now the Nice Guy Andy podcast champion, and he's champion of, what's this other group you're champion to?
That's Flophouse.
Come up to
There we go. That's Flophouse Wrestling up in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He is the Flophouse champion, Flophouse wrestling champion, and we have Chris, Southern Outlaw Chris Blade in the house too.
The one and only, baby.
Heck yeah! So guys, I'm gonna try to go on Facebook here and share this a little bit. That's what I do. Go ahead and talk to Zodiac real quick.
I shared Joe a reel and a thing on TikTok and everything else, so hopefully that helps.
Oh
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
By the way, shout out to Flophouse Wrestling because you got your champion in the studio, Zodiac. So
Yep.
you want to tell us a little bit about that promotion or what?
Flophouse Wrestling is a promotion it's basically unprofessional professional wrestling. It's more gritty kind of wrestling. Currently, they run out of the Indianapolis Brewing Company up in Indiana.
Okay.
They run right now on Sundays at 7 o'clock. They run one Sunday a month. So their last show was this past Sunday. Actually, went really well.
Is there any other like local wrestlers in the state besides you that wrestle there that people know of?
Yeah, Crash Jackson wrestles there. Lord Crew's been there. Randy West, Joseph Schwartz. They bring in a number of guys from Michigan, like Malcolm Monroe III, Kenny Urban. Who else has been there? Alex Kane's been up there. He was actually in the match that I won the title in. Yeah, they bring a lot of different. It's a good mix of local guys and out of town guys.
What do you think about the Kentucky wrestling, the indie scene, the promotions that they got going on here?
It's picking back up, which is really good. New South starting up and doing what they're doing, kind of bringing a lot of people together, has been a really good thing for the Kentucky scene. They're working with KEPW. They're working with Gen Next Wrestling. Gen Next Wrestling's doing really good. They're running out of Paris again here and there. They're running bar shows down in Cynthiana out of Larry D's Bar, Legends Bar and Grill.
Have you did one of those shows yet?
Not yet. I've been invited to do a few, but the dates just didn't match up. I was talking to him about that here recently, though, so I'll be there soon.
Yeah, we went to the last bar brawl, and Sean John and Superfan went to the first one. I went to the second one. Man, we had such a good time down there.
Everybody said they're a good time. So.
The after party is lit. It's legit.
Well, I mean, that'll hopefully help them build the bar up, too, and just rise everything up collectively. So.
And you know, Larry, he used to be signed to Impact on the national scene. So
Yeah, so Larry's going to be a GCW here in July the 5th, I think it is. Is it the 3rd or the 5th?
I think
it might be the 3rd, I think. So, guys, I did what I needed to do there. So, we got some people look like Fanditos on there. Look like Leon Lexington said Zodiac used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid.
I still scare kids, so it's all right.
Yeah, that's my son.
What up, Leon?
He's part of the podcast, but he works at nights.
I find it hilarious that he said that. You move that tablet, and there's a little praying Jesus right there.
Yeah, exactly. What
do you got in front of me here? Did I break the tablet?
No, you didn't break it. I just
I
don't
didn't
know
even touch
where
it.
Okay, so sometimes
Oh, there we
the
go.
little messages will show up at the bottom. I don't think anybody from Facebook is messaged us. Everybody's on YouTube today. Heck yeah, we got a bunch of people on YouTube tonight.
That's where you want them, YouTube.
So yeah, so just remember, during this podcast, you guys can support the podcast by sending stars, and we need to do a little commercial here. If you guys wanted, for all your internet gaming needs, check out Royal Lex on Facebook, and give them a message and say the Nice Guy Andy podcast sent you, and they'll give you a free $5 when you sign up. Their number is 859-684-9176, and tell them Nice Guy Andy sent you. And we have Dings, Dents, and Details over on 1300 West Main Street, Lexington, Kentucky. Call Joe and tell her Nice Guy Andy sent you 859-327-3464. And they do dent removal. They take out these little bitty dents that you get in your car. They'll fix those easy. They'll tint your windows. They'll clean your car, auto detail, ceramic coating, and then PPF. So, and then they do hydro dipping of like your if you want to like make your car look funny and weird and awesome and cool, just give those guys a call there. Tell me Nice Guy Andy sent you. Sean Johns is he's sick with the COVID today, he says, and super fan is too. So we brung in our Nice Guy Andy podcast champion. Zodiac is in the co-host seat here.
Co-pilot.
Co-piloting it.
I wonder if that place could wrap my bus.
He's a damn champion, yeah. He's got 2 belts right now.
Zodi 2 belts.
Zodi 2 belts.
Kind of like Becky 2 belts.
Yeah.
Zodi 2 belts. So, yeah.
That belt you guys have is heavy. That thing's well made.
Yeah.
I picked that thing up when they gave it to me. I was like, holy cow.
Well, it's your belt right now, buddy. It's not our belt anymore. It's yours. It's the pocket. It's to represent, but I couldn't have asked for anybody better to represent the podcast. You went in there in that 8-man over the top rope battle royal and just eliminated just about everybody. How many did you eliminate? 4 people? 5 people?
3, I think.
3 people?
3.
Yeah.
I think Matt, whatever his name is, he eliminated a lot until he hurt his leg.
Yeah.
Who was that? Oh, Matt Vine?
Matt Vine. Yeah.
He
I didn't even know what happened to Matt Vine. I just knew he was on the outside, and I seen Swayze up on the ropes. I was like, well, I'm going to dump him. Dumped him, and it was like, oh, you won. I was like, wait, what happened?
Swayze was down there, like, he had his leg wrapped around the post, and Swayze was just, like, working his leg, like, big time.
He must have messed his knee up.
Yeah, but didn't he come back out and did he wrestle later on that night?
No,
Matt Vine?
he didn't wrestle. I think he came out and said something to Swayze, but he didn't wrestle.
Yeah, he came out and signed some autographs, I think, but he didn't wrestle anymore.
He was limping around in the back pretty bad.
So he acts like he wants that belt. Are you gonna like give him a shot at the belt?
He was mad at me. I was like, I didn't hurt your leg. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to. He's like, I guess he was mad because
I'll
he
beat the brakes off his leg if he wants to wrestle for that belt in August.
Hey, there we go.
Exactly. He thought it. I guess he thought that the belt should have went to him. I guess.
I mean, he was cleaning house. I'll give him credit.
Yeah, he did. He did put a lot of people over the top rope.
And he's a good athlete. I mean, he's yeah. That's if that comes around in August and we wrestle for it, it's going to be a good match. So
Yeah.
I got to get in the gym on that one. He's got good cardio.
Yeah. So where are you going to take the belt to next?
Where am I at this weekend? I know this weekend coming up, I'm going to Future Great Wrestling. They have their Into the Breeze show. That's Friday.
Yeah.
So I'll take it there with me, I'm sure.
Who you matching up with up there?
I honestly don't know yet. They haven't told me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one I don't know a lot of times till I get there, which is it's a good and bad thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going down to a fair show Saturday for UCW Ultimate Championship.
Where's that at?
It's in
Ashland?
No, not Ashland. Hopkinsville.
Hopkinsville. Okay.
Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one you're going to this weekend is where?
Friday is in Hamilton, Ohio.
Hamilton, Ohio. So
That's Cody Hawk's school and promotion and everything.
yeah.
It's really well ran.
Yeah, I noticed you said on your Facebook that you wanted another fight with Tony Hawk. You wanted another
Tony
match.
Hawk? Tony Hawk would be awesome.
No,
Kyle Hawk?
Kyle Hawk. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk would be awesome to have a match with.
I'd wrestle Tony Hawk.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Wrestle him on a half pipe. That'd be
Yeah, those you got to watch them damn skater guys. They're wiry. They're badass.
I've had a guy hit me with a skateboard before. That's an awful experience.
Those guys are core, man. Their core is strong as hell.
Cardio's good too.
Look at Darby Allin. He uses a skateboard.
Jake Christ is an avid skateboarder.
He's a badass.
Jake Christ is not one to mess with.
So what? Do you watch wrestling, or are you just a wrestler?
Oh, I watch wrestling.
You wrestle?
I love.
You're a big fan of
I
wrestling?
love everything about wrestling.
Yeah, me too.
Even when I
do too.
hate wrestling, I love it. That's why I've done it so long. There's people that love wrestling. There's people that wrestle, and there's people that are wrestlers. I'm a wrestler.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
That's gonna be me here soon. So
as far as like the big shows, pro wrestling that's on right now, AEW, WWE, Impact, which one you prefer?
I like all of them just for different reasons. I can't.
Me too. I'm the same way. Yeah.
I like what AEW is doing. I like what Impact's doing. I don't watch WWE a lot just because so many people that I know and follow are on like Impact, NWA, Power.
Yeah, you know a lot of these guys.
So yeah, a lot of the guys that I knew that were at NXT and this and that, they've gotten released or they've moved on to something else.
Yeah, like Alex Zane.
Yeah, so I like to follow the people that I know. I'll watch WWE to see what's trending in this and that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if something catches me. Like I like the whole Elias Ezekiel thing.
Yeah, that's funny. That's some funny stuff.
You know.
They said that Sasha Banks was she was released, and now they're saying she's not released. I don't know what the deal is with her, but
I've heard back and forth. I really don't know.
I don't know either, but they'd be crazy to give her up. She's a damn star.
I don't know.
She's a crossover star.
There's word that she wanted to leave. So
yeah, I heard she was. Somebody even like Sunday or Saturday when we did the pay-per-view was saying that she signed with AEW, and I didn't believe that, but they were saying that. I don't think so.
You won't know until the day of.
Yeah, she's on that show on the Disney Plus, The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. She's been on there, like so.
She's gonna make bank no matter what she does.
Oh
She
yeah.
could quit wrestling today, and she would pick up acting deals and modeling. And else.
Yeah. She can go on OnlyFans and freaking Instagram and make millions of dollars, like just being a model on Instagram.
She'll be fine.
Did you know her and Snoop Dogg is like actually like blood cousins? Like she come out and said that.
Yeah, they're blood cousins. Yeah,
they're related.
Yeah. Naomi is kin to, like she's a wife of what, Jay Uso, one of the Usos.
She's married to one of the Usos.
Yeah. So how long have you been wrestling, Zodiac?
I started training right out of high school in '98, and then I started wrestling. Had my first match in end of '99, 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 2000.
2000.
My first match was at Peel's Palace in Erlanger, Kentucky when it was still there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your funnest place to wrestle? Like, where do you prefer to wrestle at right now? I know you're probably
now, like currently.
Yeah, currently. Or overall, just overall.
My favorite place ever was Peel's.
Peel's. Where's that at?
It's tore down now. It used to be in Erlanger, Kentucky. Right there off the Erlanger exit, there was a building. Right next to the Howard Johnson. I don't know if it's Howard Johnson now. There's a hotel there. There used to be a building there, and they had boxing there, concerts there. Memphis Wrestling used to run there. Smoky Mountain Wrestling used to run there, and then Northern Wrestling Federation ran there when I went.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was just insane. It was a smoky bar type venue that had a concert area in it.
Yeah.
And they would pack 500-600 people every month.
Wow.
Easy 500 people.
Yeah. Local fans, like if a local fan gets behind like a program, I mean a promotion, it'll go over quick. I mean these local fans like they just love like Chris Blade here. He's just the biggest fan ever. We met him at the local he's at all the local shows.
Andrew, don't forget about Andrew Browning.
And Andrew Browning's at all the local shows. Me and Sean John, which is my co-host, we met at KCW back in the day. Did you you wrestled there? Didn't you?
I wrestled at KCW. Yep.
Yeah, back when gentleman Jim Chadwick was there too.
Yep.
And the Steel Brothers and Chucky Smooth was there.
Ray the Bear and Al Steele.
Yeah.
The Greens and all them.
And Bobby Blade, and Larry D wrestled there too a few times.
Little Larry D.
Yeah.
Little Larry D.
Little Larry D. He was littler then. I just was watching on Bobby Blade. If you guys are sleeping on Bobby Blade's, you guys are local. Bobby Blade has a YouTube channel, and he has all kinds of stuff on there. I was just scrolling through looking to see what he had. He had all kinds of like big shows like on there that all the guys were on there. You can check it out and go back and look at all the cool matches that were around here in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, if you've never seen Bobby Blade's wrestling collection, it's ridiculous. That and his video game collection is insane.
Yeah, it was awesome. When I was just checking it out, I hadn't met Bobby in a long time since this new South Wrestling pay-per-view that we just had, which you got crowned the Nice Guy Andy podcast champion at that one. But I met Bobby Blade there again, and I went back and I don't know how I ran up on his YouTube channel, because I don't think he told me, but like I ran up on his YouTube channel, and it was like I was so amazed with like how many shows he actually has on there. He has over I'd say almost 200 shows on there, probably.
I'd say so. He converts them from VHS and DVDs over.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
puts them up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, did you ever wrestle him?
Oh yeah, bunch of times.
Is he a pretty good wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Bobby Blade you see now and then the Bobby Blade from back then is totally different.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, he could get at it. He don't give himself enough credit. He won't say that, but
actually, I watched a wrestling match with him last night. I don't know who he was wrestling because I was just paying attention to what he was doing, and he was just killing the game, dude. He was just out there just like killing the game, and he was running his mouth and just doing. Yeah, there you go. You got him up there.
There's the comments.
There's the comments.
I was like, where are the comments?
Sean usually does all that for me.
Bobby Blade was always cool around. Don't call him Simba though. I still call him Simba. I don't care.
Oh yeah. Well, what's the whole Simba thing?
He has to tell that story. I can't tell that story.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget about Lone Wolf Enterprises. He used to manage that.
There we go. I just seen Tony on here. He said he talked to Scott Diamond, and they may have that title defended at KPW soon. So
Oh wow,
good.
that'd be cool.
And when Matt Vine's healed, he gets a shot at the title. I will gladly scrap with Matt Vine.
Shout out to Tony Presley, by the way.
Yeah, he should have been running his mouth at that, like about that, because you didn't do nothing to him.
I didn't touch him. I'm gonna touch him on the in August if he comes back,
You're gonna heart punch him, ain't you?
among other things.
That's what you did to Max Sled.
Oh, Max Sled, yeah.
You hard punched him. He was like, you threw him over the top rope, and that was so funny. He is so funny of a guy, dude.
He got stuck for a minute, and I was like, wait, go. I had to kick him off the rope. Oh, Orange Cassidy.
Orange punch.
Yeah, he had a big match with who do you have a match with at Forbidden Door? Osprey.
Yeah,
They had a great match at Forbidden Door.
A lot of people that don't know Orange Cassidy from the independents and just see him here, they don't realize how good of an athlete and how much he can go. This guy can get down.
Oh yeah,
to do the things he does with his hands in his pockets. That's His shtick is good. Like his whole persona is good, but he can really wrestle.
Yeah, he's a really hell of a wrestler, and he wears those stretchy jeans really good.
Action jeans.
His action jeans. Oh, he just did spit some mist in that guy's face. Oh my God.
Ethan Page is really
Ethan Page is a really good guy. And I'm surprised how big he is. Like
he is enormous.
He's huge, and he's just a big guy. And he can wrestle really good, and he's got really good chops. I'm surprised he's not a bigger star than he is. I guess he just ain't his time yet, I guess.
There's a number of guys I don't realize why they're not bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Team Best Friends back again?
Yeah, right. Best Friends is back together. Was that wasn't Willer Yuta, was it? No. I know he was. Was he with them?
Yuta's with Regal and them.
Yeah, he's with. Because I was like, I hadn't been watching it.
I think that was Trent and.
Yeah. So let us know if any of these guys you know, and if you wrestled any of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's let us know. Like, say I wrestled that guy this time, and then the Blood and Guts is tonight. The Jericho's Appreciation Club versus the Blackpool Combat.
Yeah, Blackpool Combat Club. Cesaro with the debut on Forbidden Door.
I know, that was surprising. Because I'd heard like that he wasn't coming to AEW. I heard he was going back to WWE.
Wait, Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah, Claudio.
It feels good to say that again.
Yeah, him and Eddie Kingston, they don't like each other, so they were like Eddie was spitting at him the other day. And they just announced another ROH Ring of Honor pay-per-view in July, I think.
Wrestling's on fire right now.
It is. It's huge. And I'm so glad that Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. I just think that he's going to do something really cool with that as soon as they get a little TV deal, I guess.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Those guys got a Raw deal when it got shut down, so I hope so. I hope they do something with Shane Taylor Enterprises and all that.
Yeah.
I'm a really big fan of them guys.
Yeah. So which show would you like to be on? If you had to be on the big show,
define big show
like WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, or AEW.
I like AEW style of stuff. I mean,
yeah. I could see you in the dark, like not the Dark Order, but like what is the Black House?
Oh, House of Black.
House of Black.
I've heard that, and I've heard Dark Order a couple times.
Yeah, Dark Order. Like, it'd be cool if you go in there and take over the Dark Order and make it badass again.
I like the Dark.
We call it the Dork Order around here now because they just like goofed them out. Like we call that goofing them out too, because like when you have a crew or a wrestler that they just goof them out. Like we say that around here, goof them out. And
I'm a big fan of Preston Vance. I like his stuff.
One of the Dark Order guys, the Angel guy, I think he just got released from AEW.
Alan Angels?
Alan Angels.
Really?
Yeah, I think he just got released. Like, he didn't get released. I think he just got, his contract was up.
Oh,
I heard that today. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they don't keep him.
Yeah, I know. I think he was, I think the Dark Order is just, since Brody passed away, I think it just went downhill big time. Like
they've kind of, I don't want to say they haven't dissolved it, but they're just kind of doing less with it.
Yeah,
I think they're focusing on House of Black right now,
and then
they've got the Blackpool Fight Club, and they've got so many factions right now. So they're probably just going to let those other ones run their course and see what they do, and then sprinkle the other guys in.
The Blackpool Combat Club. That is, when Regal showed up, that was so excited about that. That was so cool.
And Regal's one of the guys I grew up watching.
Yeah, Regal was badass. I'm surprised that Regal never was like I don't think he was ever WCW champ or WWE champ.
He never had like a world title or major title, I don't think.
But he was such a badass, dude. Like, I wish he would have got it because like I was always a big fan of his. And he was always a heel though, but he was such a badass. He would always go like you would always. When I seen Regal wrestle, I was like, that some bitch. Like he makes it look like it's like he's beating somebody's ass.
Regal's a guy that like builds guys up. His stuff in Florida Championship Wrestling, when they were using that as a farm camp for WWE and for NXT, when he was doing stuff with like Bryan Danielson and Chris Hero and Moxley and them, that stuff was really good.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to go back and watch his matches with Chris Hero and with Moxley, they were really good, very physical.
So what'd you have to do for this green belt? And explain this green belt out here and the AF on it. Explain that for us.
The Flophouse title, so like I said, Flophouse Wrestling is kind of like unprofessional professional wrestling. It's that gritty. I compare it to DDT over in Japan almost, but American style.
Yeah.
So the belt, it was a trial run kind of thing. I want to see how it would do show-wise. And the whole Flophouse name and everything is a tribute to somebody who has since passed away a while back. The AF on it actually means ass fuck, if I say that in here.
Okay.
Because it's Flophouse.
Yeah.
So when we did the comeback show for it, Jordan Dye had that title, and he had it for a little while, and it was a multi-man match. It was Jordan Dye, myself, Malcolm Monroe III, Kevin Giza, and Alex Kane ended up getting put in the match.
So how's that match work? You just get in there and everybody beats the shit out of each other?
Free for all. Okay. Elimination style, free for all. Everybody goes, last man standing wins.
So you have to pin or just
pin or submission.
Pin or submission.
Or knock them out.
Them out.
And it came down to me and Alex Kane. I ended up catching the deuce on Alex Kane. Black hole slam, 2 heart punches. Got a win over him, and I've had the belt since February.
Oh wow! So you're the damn champ.
Yeah. So
I've been the champ.
Wrestled the Carver for it. Crash Jackson. Recently did a non-title thing with Cassius Starr, who's Apollo Starr's son. And then I'm going to wrestle Apollo on the next show that they do. So, should be good. It's been a fun run with the Flophouse shows. They've been running for a minute now, but they had to take a break because when everything shut down. So they were doing what they call private stashes. They were doing like closed set tapings and everything.
Oh yeah.
To keep content out.
Well, they just put it on YouTube.
Yeah, they would put it on YouTube or put it on IWTV, stuff like that.
So where did this belt like originate from, and why is it green? And then it looks like spray paint. It looks like
it was a belt they had, and they passed it around for various reasons, and they ended up spray painting it green. Which they call it Big Green.
The Big Green?
Yeah, Big Green.
Yeah.
And they spray painted that on it. And I think eventually what they're going to do is get a customized one made that looks just like that, but engraved and everything.
Yeah. Well, it's cool shit.
That belt's been everywhere though.
Yeah.
Like it's been all over the place.
Really.
So it's got a lot of heritage behind it. It stays in my car and stays in my bag with me.
So you just kind of represent that whenever you go anywhere. You're representing that, and then now you're representing the Nice Guy Andy Podcast Championship.
I try to.
Yeah.
What is going on with Luchasaurus?
I don't know.
There's Serpentico. No, that's not me. That's Serpentico.
Yeah.
I get tagged in so many things. It was like, hey, I thought I saw you on here. No, that's
So people think that that's your mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a little bigger than him.
I think that, so Christian turned on Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
And I guess Luchasaurus is just kind of like took up Christian's side.
I guess.
Yeah. And I think
I seen the promo Christian cut. I actually watched it on the way back from the fair show earlier.
And apparently Jungle Boy is hurt right now, so now they're just kind of building up Luchasaurus is like a monster that just comes out and just destroys people now. Yeah, this is going to be like a little squash match. They should have him and Wardlow fight each other. That would be cool. That'd be a hell of a match, wouldn't it? Like, but Luchasaurus, he can go. He's a wrestler. He can wrestle. I don't know. I haven't really seen Wardlow like wrestle. He just comes out and power bombs the hell out of everybody.
He's mainly like just a hoss. He's a tank.
Yeah.
His television presence is really good.
Yeah. Oh, Warlow's. Yeah. He's good for the TV. I didn't notice they had the two rings like next to each other. I guess they're gonna.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, that's for the butt and guts. Like at the end, like all of them is going to get in the Blackpool podcast, the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Club are going to get in there and beat the living shit out of each other. I don't know why it ain't coming up over here. Usually the messages come up over here too.
Anthony Presley on here. Me and Zodiac have had some knockdown drag out matches too. Yes, we have. We went down to Mississippi and had some bangers.
Really? You've wrestled
I've wrestled Tony a bunch of times.
Oh wow, cool. That's cool. That's something I didn't know.
Tony actually, to his credit, got me in with the NWA down there. He was the one that helped with that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he was carrying a title down there, and I went down and wrestled him for that title, I believe, if I remember right. Which he won. He beat me.
He took your title from you?
No, he had it. I was trying to
he
get
had
it.
It. Okay.
There's Warlord.
Yeah, there's Warlord right there. He wants that belt. That belt is beautiful. That fucking TNT belt. That one right there, that gold one.
I like Luchasaurus's new kind of black on black.
Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird seeing him do Luchasaurus now compared to when he was in NXT and all that.
Yeah.
He was there.
Was he wearing a mask then? He wasn't wearing a mask then, was he?
No.
Somebody said he went from there. He went down to, I guess, the Lucha Libre down there, and then that's where he got his mask. That's where
I don't know where the whole Luchasaurus thing came from, but
I think that came from the Lucha Libre, like down there.
It's working for him though.
Yeah, so. Down where I can't remember. I can't talk.
Anthony said that him and Zodi used to wrestle if because I know that there's a lot of wrestling fans that watch her. He used to wrestle under Scott Storm for the.
He was Scott Storm.
Yeah.
Anthony Presley was Scott Storm. That was his wrestling name.
Yeah, we had many trips down south.
Max Caster and the Gun Club's coming out.
He's trying to be like a knockoff Thugonomics John Cena.
So, like, where is the most unique place you've wrestled? Like, have you? How far do you go? Like, you said you went down to Florida. Have you been over to Japan? Have you been to California?
No, I've been to Canada and I've been down close to Mexico, but I haven't gotten to go to Japan.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get to go to Japan a couple times and it got canceled, so
really
it didn't work out. Yeah, I want to go over to Europe. I want to go over to England.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think with the style that I work, like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Japan is my bucket list to go to.
Yeah.
I was big on the old All Japan stuff, old Kings Road style of wrestling, Kabashi and Misawa and all them guys.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I mean, if you watch the way I work and the way I wrestle, it kind of shows.
Yeah.
Shinsuke, he's a Japanese wrestler, ain't he?
Yes.
So
Shinsuke came from New Japan.
So how's it work? Like when you become a wrestler, do you you go in there and you learn the wrestling from the school, and then after you get out of the school, do they graduate you, or do they just say you're ready, guy, or
it's so different everywhere.
Yeah.
I trained at Bone Crushers in Cincinnati, Ohio. I started with Roger Ruffin and Prince Justice at the time, Abyss, Chris Parks. He was one of their main trainers.
Oh, Abyss was, okay.
Yeah, and then Chris Harris was there, a lot of them guys. And Carl Anderson had came in before he was Carl Anderson. He came over from another company and ended up being there. But when I started, we trained 3 days a week, and then we had shows on the weekends, so it was a full-time thing.
Yeah.
So we were always on it, plus trying to work out in between. And I trained for a year and a half, partly because the school had shut down for a little while and moved locations because of a building issue. But I came to a show one day, and at a point they were like, make sure you always have your gear, make sure you always have your stuff.
Yeah.
And you would just check the list. And I come in one day and they were like, hey, check the list. I'm like, all right, I go check the list, and I'm on there wrestling Dirty Chris Hayes, who ran MWA in Georgetown and all that for all those years. And that was at Peel's Palace.
So the list meant that you had a match.
Yep.
And
there was my name right there next to his. And
when you got a match, you was graduated.
Kind of, yeah.
Kinda.
You would start working matches and stuff.
Okay.
And then we had to wait for an okay to go other places, typically.
Okay.
And our trainers would send you other places first.
Okay.
So
they would book you at other places first. So then
the first place Roger sent me to was Chris Hayes's. That's one reason I worked and wrestled him.
Yeah.
To go wrestle at MWA. And then from MWA, it went to another place, and then eventually I just kind of went out on my own. That was my choice, and just started wrestling other places. But there wasn't as many places back then to wrestle either.
Yeah, exactly.
The closest place when I started, it was them in Cincinnati. You had Heartland Wrestling, and then the closest place after that was an hour and 15 minutes away in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Now you've got places everywhere.
Yeah.
So
they're right now is the biggest time to be in wrestling. You can just you so now do you have to look for shows, or does shows come and find you?
Both.
Both.
I've been around long enough where a lot of stuff finds me, but even I if you want to get on some of these big shows, there's so much competition. You have to get yourself out there.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to, and don't get comfortable or complacent, because you have to really get your name out there and go hit places up, especially if you want to get on an AEW or a GCW or any of those places up north that are big right now, Freelance, ICW.
Yeah, I think so. I think when Tony was here, he was saying, these guys aren't looking for you.
No,
they're they're not even watching wrestling. They're worried about their product, and they're doing mostly their product because they don't really have time to watch wrestling.
I wouldn't say that, because I know for AEW, they scout.
Yeah, all they do.
Yeah, and there's 3 or 4 guys I know of that they keep an eye on the indies, because they wrestle on the indies too. Yeah. And they will scout, and they'll randomly message people. And the big key on that one, from what I understand and what I've seen, is Twitter. They get on hold of a lot of people through Twitter and that.
Okay, cool.
But you do have to reach out to them if you want to get eyes on you.
So I guess you start with them. You probably start out with Dark, or
yeah. I would say Dark.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. Their dark shows.
No,
great.
they're I read that their YouTube channel, and people were I've heard people shitting on their YouTube channel, but Dark makes a lot of money for them.
Yeah.
Dark makes a lot of money for you for AEW, because all the views that they get from Dark. YouTube is a beast. YouTube pays people. Well, you put some good content out there, YouTube's going to pay you.
Well, and Dark gives them a platform to put guys on to see if they want to put them on TV or not.
Yeah.
That way they're not wasting TV time, because TV time is money. Every second you're on TV, it's costing them money.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they can try them out on Dark, try them out on Dynamite, this and that, and then put them up on the bigger shows. It's the same thing the Fed did with FGW and NXT at first.
Yeah.
And it got to a point with me, I liked NXT better than I did the main brand.
Oh, yeah. And NXT still is more interesting than the big show.
I'm not huge on the rebrand. I like the older one better, but that's just me because I like that old school gritty.
When it went to the new brand, like I like the black and with the black and gold, but then when they went to the new brand, I didn't like it as much. But now it's like it's starting to get better again. Like it's starting to get good again.
Right.
It's just that small feel, like that. It's almost like a little indie show. It's a small feel there.
Yeah, I felt like they really condensed it down. NXT was getting really big.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder if they didn't think, well, this is starting to compete with our main brand.
Yeah,
so they had to chop the blocks out from underneath it a bit.
I think that's what happened. I think McMahon, like, his ego got, like, smacked around a little bit.
When they took NXT and all that off of the network and they shut the network down and all that, I basically canceled mine because that was the only reason I watched the network was for that old footage.
Oh yeah, the network, yeah.
So if there's a pay-per-view coming up I want to see, I'll get Peacock. But other than that, I stopped watching it after they took NXT off of it.
Yeah. The Peacock is Peacock's pretty good. Like I like it. I like it because like we do the watch shows sometimes on the pay-per-views and I don't have to pay like $60 to watch it like the AEW though. But it's worth it. I get a lot of more views on the AEW pay-per-views than I do on like WWE because everybody can afford $9.99. Not everybody can afford the $60 on the AEW pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about theirs right now is like their pay-per-views are still at that high.
Yeah. But they're worth it, man.
2000s buying one pay-per-view every couple months price.
They're well worth it because, like, when we're in there doing this, the reaction party for the AEW, I've got 5 or 6 guys in here. I mean, and we're watching it. We're having a great time. And, like, their shows do go a little long. Yeah. Like, sometimes, like, if you watch the buy-in, like, man, like, this last pay-per-view was almost 5 hours.
Yeah.
We sit here 5 hours and watched.
Well, that's how WrestleMania was.
Yeah. WrestleMania was 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania's always been like it's been 2 days for the last few years. All the AEW shows are starting to get those pay-per-views are starting to get really, really long, which isn't bad because their matches just seem to like just give you that product. They give you that product. They give you these great matches, and you're like, you don't really get fatigued from it because you're not really like having to shit through some shitty matches, like
right. Yeah.
So.
I didn't get to watch Forbidden Door, but I seen clips and highlights, and I'll probably at some point go back and watch it somehow.
Yeah, so you can go back and watch the Nice Guy Andy podcast. We'll tell you what happened. We can't show you what happened, but
I was listening to some of that on one of my drives back when it was on, because that's one reason I didn't get to watch it because I was out working.
Yeah,
but
sometimes we get off topic and we just start bullshit with each other. We don't talk about the wrestling, but mainly on the pay-per-views, we try to talk about the wrestling a lot. But like these Wednesday shows is more like of an interview kind of like show.
Well, you got 5 hours to fill. You can talk about whatever.
Yeah. But like these Wednesday night shows, because everybody's watching this stuff, right? They just kind of like, I think I always wanted the show just to be like a bunch of guys just hanging out and watching wrestling together. And then like if you're actually doing that at your house, sometimes you're just sitting there bullshitting. You're not really watching. We're watching the wrestling, but we're not like really pretty much talking about it all the whole time.
Zodiac, I got a question. Like, who's the biggest, like, when I say biggest, I mean like the biggest name wrestler you've ever wrestled against?
Depends on your opinion of big, I guess.
As far as mainstream, like, okay, so like your biggest, like that you was impressed with, and then like the mainstream guy that you wrestled.
Like mainstream right now,
or like
as far as like. Yeah, like right now, and maybe
I've wrestled Kingston. I've wrestled the Rock and Roll Express. I've wrestled like.
You wrestled Kofi?
Who?
Kofi Kingston?
No, Eddie Kingston.
Oh,
Eddie King. Oh, so you wrestled Eddie Kingston?
Yeah, I wrestled Eddie Kingston at TPI actually.
That's something interesting.
Yeah,
to know.
that was really cool.
Yeah, so it's like another day for you, but like for us, it's like, oh shit, Zodiac wrestled Kingston.
The Kingston match was a pretty big one. I think that was the first time we had wrestled each other. We had been in.
And you've wrestled him more than once.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my favorite ones was me and Mance Warner against him at Homicide.
Okay.
That was a wild one. That happened after TPI. That was for the IWA tag belts.
So are you surprised to see him on AEW?
Nope.
No.
He should have been on national TV a long time ago.
Oh, really?
He's the best promo guy probably in the business.
You said that you wrestled Homicide. Hernandez, he used to be tag team partners with him called LAX and Impact.
Yeah.
Hernandez that wrestled in New South.
Yeah, Hernandez. He was at New South. Yeah, they were in Impact. They were the LAX.
I could tell you two of my favorite, like, I guess you call them legends guys that I've wrestled was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He was a lot of fun to wrestle. And Barbarian.
Okay.
We wrestled Barbarian and Warlord when I was tagging his bomb shelter, and that was a lot of fun. Okay. Huge man. Barbarian is huge. Warlord too, just enormous. Even at like their age, because they're in their 60s.
Yeah.
Just enormous guys.
Yeah. Did you see? I guess you didn't see Forbidden Door, but Sting jumped off the top of that damn tunnel.
I saw the highlights of it.
He was like, he must have been like. It looks like he was 12 foot in the air, but I don't think he was that. But he was up there,
he was up there.
Yeah, he jumped when he jumped, it was crazy. Like I'm just like so surprised. Like what is he like? He's over 60, right?
I would say so. He's early 60s.
Yeah, like he's a maniac. The last pay-per-view they had, he jumped off the balcony onto a table onto somebody. I was like, good, come on.
I have this theory he watches Darby Allin because he's mentoring Darby, and he kind of just gets hyped up, and he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
He thinks it's like 1985.
When they first got together,
Flair again.
When they first got together, like Darby took all the bumps for him. Yeah. But now it's like Sting is just like jumping off of everything. Like I'm just so incredibly like
Danhausen.
Well, Danhausen, I haven't seen him like he hasn't really wrestled much since he's been on AEW. This is almost like the first time.
He came in hurt.
Yeah, he did come in hurt. His leg was broke.
Yeah. He's very talented.
Yeah, I heard that he is really good talent, like a really good wrestler. Have you ever wrestled him? You ever seen him wrestle?
No, unfortunately. I mean, I've seen him wrestle plenty. Yeah. Unfortunately, no, I've never gotten to wrestling though.
I mean, you've been like there, him backstage.
Yes.
He's wrestled.
Yeah.
Okay, where was
long time ago?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Just travel shows on the road.
Was he
before he was doing this? Honestly.
Oh, he wasn't doing the paint.
No.
Yeah.
That's when he was Donovan Danhausen.
Yeah.
He's
actually really jacked. Like they play him off as like being wimpy, but he's pretty good body.
He's legit too. Like he can go.
Yeah.
He's a tough dude.
Yeah. I mean, to be on the AEW level, man, you got to be a tough dude. Like, and Billy Gunn is just jacked, and
you have no. Have you ever seen Billy Gunn in person?
I haven't really.
That man is a thoroughbred.
Is it?
It's insane.
I swear that guy's David Otunga that used to wrestle for WWE. That guy right there talking to Billy Gunn looks just like him.
Oh no, it's not.
That's the guy that was hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was David Otunga there for a minute.
Yeah. I always thought Billy Gunn wasn't that big growing up because I seen him with like Road Dogg and that, and you'd see him next to like Taker and all them, and he looked small.
Yeah.
Because back then, like the smallest guys in WWE were like what 6'2".
Yeah.
Like Shawn Michaels, little
guys like Road Dogg is a big guy.
Yeah. Road Dogg is huge. Billy Gunn is like 6'4".
Yeah.
260 pounds. He is enormous.
Because like
I'm not a small guy. He dwarfs me.
You think he's small, like smaller because of Road Dogg. Like Road Dogg looks like a normal guy.
Yeah. Road Dogg's 6'5".
But he's like he's huge without like working out. He's just a huge guy with like looking like Billy Gunn, you know.
I went and did a seminar with him years ago, and that was one of the first times I'd actually really met him up close in person. Blew my mind how big this man was.
Yeah, and Tony's really he's really hyped about the Ass Brothers. He likes the boys. He likes those good. He likes them a lot.
His kids are really good.
Yeah, the kids Tony likes those guys a lot. He raises on them every time he's on the show.
They're good people too.
Yeah.
I've been on a number of shows with them, and they've been up at New South and all that, and just they get it up here.
Yeah, cool. They're they're wrestling guys.
Yeah.
Was Samoa coming back? Is that what they're doing here?
I suppose so.
Ring of Honor, like he took off. I think he took off to film a TV show or something.
Yeah, he's. Oh, what was he playing? He's playing a part in a movie.
That's Jay Lethal.
Yeah, Jay Lethal. Yeah.
Who's that guy?
I can't remember what it was.
That guy was a basketball guy. He played for the Mavericks.
Salman Singh.
Yeah, that's what his name is. Salman Singh.
He kind of reminds me like the Great Khali.
He's like 7'2" or something.
He's freaking huge. Like he's huge.
I just hope he doesn't have the same problem Khali had, like as far as moving and everything.
Yeah, Khali was like stiff. Jade Cargill. Oh my gosh, this is the first time. She hasn't been on Dynamite in a long time. Man. This is the first time she's been on here in a while. This is big. Who's she fighting?
Good Lord.
She started 3-0. So she hasn't been on Dynamite for a while. I really just thought that like she was just Rampage. That was her show.
She's undefeated.
She's their women's champion, right?
Yeah, she's the TBS champion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's not the Thunder Rosa is the women's champion.
Oh, okay. I had him back.
But she usually is just on like Rampage. She's hardly ever on Dynamite. I just had an idea that like Rampage should be like more like geared towards the women wrestlers. I thought like it seems like to me that that's what it should be, and it's what it has been really. So I thought it's like this is gonna be a squash match. Who's this chick?
Oh, Leela Gray.
You know her?
I've seen her around. I don't know her personally.
Lord Crew wrestled on AEW. Was it Dark or Elevation?
He's been on a couple here lately, actually.
Cool.
I'm hoping he picks up more.
Yeah, he's really cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
I was over there talking to him when I was talking to Nate Gnarly over there, and I talked to him for a little bit.
Kind of reshare the thing on my Facebook feed and all that so people can get on a podcast.
Yeah, I for some reason, Facebook isn't letting me share to like the groups that I usually get to share to for like the last couple times. I don't know what their problem is, but
Sean John said Billy Gunn practically lives in the gym.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell. He has for years, looks like.
Sean, buddy, I hope you get better. We miss you on the show.
Yeah, Sean, I hope we get better, buddy. I think Zodiac wants your co-hosting job.
I mean, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
I do a little of everything. We were trained to do everything.
Yeah.
When we trained, like, we were trained to referee, to ring announce, to do everything.
Yeah. So, I want to ask you about your mask. Was that your thing from the beginning? Did you always have the mask? And where did the mask come from? Did you design the mask?
So, originally, I'm trying to remember this. My first match, no, I did not have it.
Yeah.
And as things progressed, I was given the mask by my trainer and
did you take that personal? What do y'all think I'm ugly or something?
In a way, yeah.
It's like, what do y'all want me to cover this beautiful face up?
So I started wrestling pretty young, and I looked really young.
Yeah, they didn't want you to look young.
Yeah. So and sometimes they'll put you in that too for a confidence thing or this and that because it'll help with that. But one of my trainers also wore a mask.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a carryover, and it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Especially working as like a bad guy, whatever, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And it did. It just kind of stuck. And then over time, I always designed my own. I just kind of progressively evolved the look and everything of them.
Yeah.
It went from an old school, which I recently posted like an old spoiler.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It was originally an old style like that.
Uh-huh.
And that was more of what I did. And I really love that because I love, like I said, old Memphis wrestling, old Big Japan.
Like you're just a lover of the old school wrestling.
Yeah. So that's what I came up on.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah, me too.
And then I progressively changed it because I would always look for whatever was big and what everybody was doing, and I would do the opposite.
Yeah, okay.
And it would get me attention.
Yeah.
And it would work as long as I was having fun with it.
Yeah.
So I changed it over time and eventually to the design that I have now, which I came up with and drew up and played with and made myself. I got into mask making and that. I'm
She's
sorry.
such a bully. Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I was
the guy's
watching it too.
reactions just totally
I know,
distracted
right?
me. Their interactions are great.
Jay just punked out her manager.
Yeah.
I don't think,
She's a big woman.
She's awesome, man.
She is.
They say
like
she's around here a lot because she dates a guy that plays for the Lexington Legends.
Oh, okay.
So
she's built like a brick house.
You get her. You can like she has no fat on her at all.
No,
nowhere.
She works really hard. You can tell that.
Yeah.
He don't.
Look at her arms, dude, and her shoulders. Oh my God, she's just a beast.
Owns the Legends?
Huh?
You say he plays for them or he owns them?
No, he plays for the Legends baseball team.
You talking about Brandon Phillips? He used to play for the Reds because he's the owner of the Legends.
No, I don't think
she dates one of the players.
She dates one of the players. Yeah, she dates one of the players. Now this is Athena. She comes out. She was Amber Moon, and then and who's the other?
I don't know who's with her.
Yeah, that's Yeah, so they're having to work together, I guess.
But yeah, back to the mask thing, and then I just posted the whole thing with the spoiler and that. I was just reminiscing on some stuff from some shows and put that up.
The women always steal the women's wrestling is getting so much good. They steal some of these shows, man. They really do.
Oh yeah.
They just they're athletic and they're beautiful and they just draw attention like crazy.
Is that Kiera Hogan?
Yeah, that Kiera Hogan, yeah. And then Velvet Sky, I think.
No.
Did they get that girl to join up with them, I guess?
I guess that's what I was just wondering. I like the one girl she wrestled just now was joining in on beating.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I looked away for a minute. I wasn't 100% sure what was going on.
Oh, no. She's getting them to join. Maybe Velvet Sky or whatever. Not Velvet Sky, but the other girl. Maybe she's hurt.
Yeah, because there was 3 of them, wasn't
Yeah, there was what was her name?
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet,
Red
yeah.
Velvet. Yeah, I don't know why I said
That's my baby.
but I think she must be. Maybe she's hurt, and now they're just getting another baddie.
Could be.
Yeah, probably what it is.
I haven't been able to watch really consistently for like a month, so I'm a little out of the loop on some of it.
Oh, yeah,
I've been
yeah.
working and just staying busy.
I got this DirecTV, so I record it and then I go back on like Sunday and I try to watch it all, and I try to watch Impact too, just because of the podcast. I need to know what's happening and who's who, what's ever.
Right.
And then Sean John next to me, he's a wrestling encyclopedia. He knows about everything. You asked him who won WrestleMania 30, who was in the main event, and what they had for breakfast. He can tell you, like he really can.
Wrestling savant.
Yeah, he really can. And then like Superfan, he knows a lot about stuff, and he pretty much knows all the quirky, crazy kind of stuff. So you was talking about your mask.
Oh yeah. And like I said, it's just evolved because my whole character I try to change everything up every so often, every so many years, and
Yeah.
partially because I get bored and I just want to keep stuff fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
The design I've had for a while, and it's kind of my logo and trademark design. So even when I redo it now, like this is more open,
Yeah.
than compared to what I usually wear. But for this, it makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like the fair show the other night, I wore more of an open one and everything. And
Did you wore this at New South, right?
no, I wore the other one at New South. I wore
The one I had earlier.
Yeah. Okay. You wore that one. Oh, okay. You did wear that one. Yeah.
And I actually didn't make this one. I made the one I'm wearing now. This one, Luis Lopez from Chilanga Mask actually made me. He made a couple
Showed
of them
the
for
camera.
me. Yeah. Where's the camera?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go. The camera's the little blue light one.
Oh, where the blue light is? Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was on the TV for some reason.
No. We do have cameras over here, but they're not open.
There we go. Okay, I can see it on that.
You see,
one.
there,
All right.
we're up here.
But yeah, and so this design though, with the outline and all that and the breather, that's like my logo.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that. That's mine.
Yeah. But it's cool to mix it up. I mean, it really is. It's cool to mix it.
Yeah, I'm
and like,
working on
it's okay to have one more than one logo. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like we have like several different things around here. We have the face logo and then this logo, and then we try to like, we try to incorporate the Fandito logo, and we're just trying to incorporate everything. It's like, whatever works.
I want to make a little bit different style for the summer, something maybe a little bit more open and
Yeah.
something a little bit more of a throwback with kind of what I'm doing right now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I might come to you, Zodi, when I officially have my first match. I might have you make my gear because I know you make a lot of the wrestlers' gear.
I
so.
do still make some gear stuff, yeah. I've got kind of a select set of people that I make stuff for. It gets overwhelming if you don't, but yeah. I make a lot of guys' stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a good creative outlet. Sewing runs in my family.
So you've been pretty much in the wrestling game for 20 years.
Yeah, 22.
22 years. Wow.
Not counting training, 22.
Yeah, and that's pretty much your full-time gig, really, right?
I do that. I wrestle, market, sell stuff, of course. I make gear and merchandise and things to sell. By things to sell, I mean like I make my own kick pads and gauntlets and stuff, like stock-wise, and sell them. I'm a licensed massage therapist.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I do business work in health and wellness.
So, ladies out there, if y'all need your back rub, Zodi got you.
So I take tables to the shows and that and work on the guys and everything.
Oh, really?
Keep them
Cool.
healthy.
Cool.
I do training and teaching. So I'm doing a seminar in September.
So seminar, what do you mean? You get up and talk, or you show people wrestling moves?
I
Or?
teach psychology and character development.
Oh, okay.
And health and wellness on the road. And then I'll help the guys, like if they're having an issue with coming up with a character or with streamlining things. A lot of people overthink stuff. So I'll help them kind of streamline a character, make it more marketable, help them market it, things like that. And just teach basic ring psychology and presence and character development.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's a whole podcast by itself. Seems like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do more in that. I like teaching, and like the older I get too,
Yeah.
I got a good number of years left in ring. I'm still going like I'm 25.
Yeah, maybe we can have you on, like, and then kind of charge somebody, like, have you on as like exclusive, and then have people maybe charge a little bit so them they can watch it.
So like wrestling seminars, let's just say like I know you say that you do seminars. What about like other wrestlers like when Larry D had his 1 year anniversary show, Doc Gallows came and did a seminar.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Like do they do the same thing as you? Like teach you the in and outs, the psychology?
They probably have their own
They
thing.
have their own
do.
style. Yeah, same premise. Like Gallows teaches one way, I teach one way. I've done seminars with Terry Taylor, and which was amazing, and like he teaches one way.
Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome seminar. If you can
I
go
bet.
see Terry
I bet.
Taylor,
He just seems like a really cool guy. Like back when he was wrestling as the Red Rooster, and then I've seen him like they say he works backstage a lot of places, and he just seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah, very. He watched all the matches. His was at a Heroes and Legends show. That was when we wrestled Warlord and Barbarian.
Yeah.
And he stayed back there and in the curtain position in Gorilla and watched all the matches.
Yeah.
And as we came back, he would go over stuff with Teak and everything else. And when I did the seminar just in a hoodie. I'll just
You want some drink?
yeah, actually.
Bring me a Mountain Dew if you don't care.
I think you said there's some Ale-8 back here. Some
Yeah,
old Kentucky
can of
soda.
L8 in the. There's cans of L8 in the door.
I try to watch my sugar. That'd be my sugar. For
Yeah, me too, man. I try to watch my sugar.
But when we did the match, we came back through and
Jim Ross came out.
Yeah, there's Jim Ross. It was funny because Terry Taylor asked. He said, "Who's got a good finish? What they think is a good finish." And I've used the heart punch for years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I raised my hand. I was like, I use a heart punch. And he's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I haven't heard somebody use that in a while." He's like, "That's good." He said, "Do you work it?" And I goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You can hit it on anybody." He said, "It's solid, great."
That's cool. Yeah, it
So
is cool.
we worked the match, and I hit Barbarian with the heart punch. I told Barbarian in the back, I was like, "Yeah, I do a heart punch for a finish." He's like, "Oh, I got to take that. We got to do that."
Yeah.
Nicest, so good to work with.
Yeah.
And we come back to the curtain, and he goes, "I had no clue that was you out there until I saw that." And then I went, "That's the kid from the seminar." He said, "Night and day." He said,
Yeah.
"I never would have known that was you. Never in a million years."
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Not many people see me outside my mask.
Oh yeah.
So like I showed up here with it on.
Yeah, yeah.
So very
Yeah.
rarely do people see me without it.
Yeah.
I sat and talked to Chance Prophet one time at a show for 30 minutes, and he didn't realize who I was until like I had said something, and he went, "Zodi?" He was like, "Yeah." Go put your stuff on. He was like, I didn't even know who I was talking to.
Yeah, put your mask on,
Yeah.
man. What are you doing? Like, why are you standing here naked in front of me?
And I've known Chance Prophet for 15 years.
Bro, so
He's like, you're standing here naked in front of me, but put your clothes on.
So like, what's his character? Like, I never understood like the gist of his character.
Who, Chance Prophet?
Yeah.
Chance is cool, man. I've talked to him on Twitter a few
Like
times.
his gimmick, like his face paint and stuff.
He goes by the Dark Child. I know that. He's just like a dark entity.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dark entity. He's done a couple different things with it. He did the Joker stuff for a while with it, almost like a cult leader type thing.
So explain the Zodiac character to us. Like, is there a certain way, a certain philosophy of the Zodiac, or does he evolve? Like, so at different shows, is he a different character, or is he always the same character?
Different character all the time.
All the time, different
It's-
character.
Yeah, different character almost all the time. The way I basically put it, you ever seen Split,
Yeah.
Split.
where the guy had different personalities?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So put that, but on a more like interdimensional type thing.
Yeah.
So it's both sides of the same coin just at the same time.
So the Zodiac's supposed to have he's supposed to be a
Zodiac represents like balance, harmony, and chaos at the same time.
okay. So he's like he might be meditating one day and then like the next day he'd be crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of his mind.
I thought the Zodiac was based off a serial killer. There was a movie called that, right?
Yeah. I've thought about going that route with it too, but I've never really. It seemed cliche, so I never really did. I'm big on Eastern philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm Taoist by nature.
Me too.
So
Me too.
like it fits me with a lot of the stuff that I do, and with the Memphis wrestling and that. So
Yeah, because when you did our promo, you did meditate,
elevate, dominate.
elevate, and dominate, and I was like, oh, that's cool shit, man. That's cool shit.
And
That's like that's pretty much your face character, and then your heel character is this crazy.
Both are the same.
The same character.
And my stuff.
But just
never really
somewhere,
changes.
some places you're a heel, and some places you're face,
The only thing that changes is motivation and who I'm fighting.
and the audience.
Yeah, in the audience.
The audience pretty much says what you are.
Yep. Like the whole meditate, elevate, dominate thing is more of a life philosophy than it is anything.
Yeah, yeah,
And I just carried it over into wrestling.
yeah.
Because I do that. I meditate on stuff. I think of them. I analyze stuff. I study it. I try to elevate myself, and then I go try to dominate whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
Like when I first met you down at Paris, and you was like, "Oh," I was like, I introduced myself, and you was like, "Oh, NiceGuyAndy." You recognized me, and I was like, "This guy." Like I just got this great feeling from you right away. You know, I was like, I just tell everybody, this guy's this fucking. He's an awesome guy.
that's one
And
area.
you just gave me a shirt, the one I have on right now. Zodiac gave me this shirt. And
That's one area I have trouble with, is like with the kids and stuff too, because kids would be terrified of me, but kids see right through you. So if you're genuinely a decent person,
Yeah, so
they'll see right through you.
yeah.
Like I'll terrify them, but at the same time, their parents are going to be like, "My kid loves you." I was like, I made them cry. They're like, "I know, but they like you."
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's good. Like, cause like most of the biggest wrestlers, like Stone Cold, The Rock, like they worked the line between heel and face, and like
I've had people ask me that, like,
in the neutral kind of like,
yeah,
you know.
I've had people ask me that, like, well, now I'm working face instead of heel, or I'm working heel. So what should I change? I was like, just your situation.
Yeah.
You're still you.
Yeah, you be you, but like just yeah, that I don't think that anybody should go in like don't develop your character as
A lot
a
of guys-
face or a heel. Just be that character in the situation, like you know.
Like on here, like if you watch Eddie Kingston on here, Eddie Kingston as a heel or a babyface is
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston. It just depends on his motivation and what's going on.
Exactly.
Jericho's the same way.
Jericho's the same way too. I think that's why they work. They come out like this, like looking fun. Like I guess that's kind of like a throwback to what is it? Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Aaron Williams hates us right now.
Yeah, this is funny shit, man. They did the same thing at one of the other, but they wore all white.
Jericho is like a master of reinvention.
Yeah, he is. He's reinvented himself at least 20 times
And
already.
he's in amazing shape for his age.
Yeah, he is. What is he like? He's almost
He's like 55.
yeah, 55. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are.
Is that Jack Hager?
And Jake Hager. Yeah, he still fights in Bellator.
Jack Hager's a legitimate badass.
Yeah, he's a bad son of a bitch. He's an actual fighter. He wins freaking MMA matches. What's up, Chris?
So Zodi, so I got a question for you. Like, where you say you do seminars, as me as an up and comer getting ready to train. Like, if I want to learn the business and the ins and outs, I shouldn't just like I was saying, I shouldn't just wrestle for one company. I should go to different promotions and learn from each one, right? To understand wrestling, right?
You should travel to different places. Yeah, I would stay local. Like since you're training with somebody right now and you're under their umbrella, get permission from them first and make sure you're going to the right places, because you can learn the wrong stuff from the wrong places. So I would definitely do that. Like when New South runs a show, come help out. You know, see what you can do, make connections and network. In other places around, Larry's show, maybe, you know, whoever you have permission to go and
Just be a student wherever you go. Be a student.
study everything.
That's a whole philosophy of life in general. Be a student of everything that you do. You know, and you're very athletic. He plays softball, like he
I'm a
does
state champion basketball for Special Olympics.
Special Olympics champion and all that stuff. So, yeah. So did you say that? Didn't you say Anthony said that you're going to defend the belt at a KCW?
KEPW, evidently.
KEPW?
I'm sure I'll hear from Scott.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tony's on here, put me over, and I missed it. Evidently,
yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
Tony
I just
does-
seen your comment.
He don't know how to do Sean's job.
So like,
You're fired.
So like, what do you mean? Like,
I get talking too much now.
No,
It
that's cool,
goes
man.
blank after a while, and his comments aren't there. I got to touch the
like
screen.
you got to touch the screen, and I'm not no good at that over there either. And
I get caught up talking.
yeah.
You should see me trying to
No,
lead
that's
the
what we
show.
do on here, talk anyway. So That's what we're supposed to do.
And now you've given me caffeine. So
Like,
Yeah,
what do you
exactly.
mean, like, go at shows and help out? Like, I know at some shows, like, that's part of the training. You go and learn how to take down the ring, put up the ring, and...
whatever they need help with.
Yeah, like
Go even message other people as long as it's okay with your trainers and everything else. And if your trainers go somewhere, go with them. Offer to help set up, offer to help tear down chairs.
just like what you're doing around here.
I've been doing this for a long time, right? I went up to an RPW show. It was an RPW ICW combined show, and I wasn't booked. I was going to drop some gear off. I was going to help out. I was going in case they needed somebody, and I was invited. And I told the promoter, I was like, "Hey, whatever you need, let me know. I'm just here to help out. I brought this stuff. I was picking up some other things. I had to get paid on this. All right, great." And the promoter for RPW, who I've worked for before, I've wrestled on his show. He comes up, he goes, "Can you do me a huge favor?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Can you run my gimmick stand?" He goes, "I need somebody I can trust with my money. Can you run my gimmick table?" Because it was the companies, not just the workers.
Yeah,
It was their brand stuff. I was like, "Yeah." So I sat and I ran his gimmick table.
Yeah.
I sold him $400 worth of merchandise.
Yeah, exactly.
Hustling. And he came back and he was like, "I appreciate it." He goes, I wanted somebody I knew I didn't have to worry about giving my money because they had all this, and it was a deathmatch show. They had all this stuff going on. So
And now you know how to run a gimmick table.
well,
You already knew,
I
but
knew how to run
you know how to
one.
run his gimmick table.
But then the promoter for ICW and all that was there and everything, and they see that,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, well, you're willing to do whatever."
Oh,
to
this
help out.
guy- this
you're
guy-
you're an actual, you're in the business, you're a worker, you're a professional.
Yeah.
So that looked good on me on that.
And he's trustworthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, if he's going to trust you with his money, I can trust you in my locker room."
Exactly.
And then later on, I'm in the back working on guys doing massage work and this and that, and like Darren McCarty from the Detroit Red Wings, he was there. I made gear for him and for Red King Logan and them.
Oh, cool.
That's why I was there, because I
That's
had to take it to him.
That's cool.
So I was getting paid off of that. So I'm working on them, and they're like, "Oh, you do massage work too?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a licensed therapist. I have my table with me," and everybody in the back knows me for that. So they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yeah, you go hit him up." So like Mickey had jacked her back up, a couple guys had messed their shoulder up, so I'm helping them out, and they seen that, and they're like, "Well, would you come in just to do that? If I don't need you in a spot on the show, and then if something opens up," I was like, "Yeah, as long as you pay me, I don't care."
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
"Or we can work out something in the back."
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. Eddie
And
Kingston,
I
his
wasn't
boys
there to
coming
wrestle.
out.
I went to help out.
Oh, it was a fucking cage
So, like,
they put
what-
up.
Like, prime example, like, what if I was what if I'm not invited? Like, what if I was but I'm usually not that person. Like, I usually ask before I just show up.
So kind of like what you do around here. Like when I have a podcast, you kind of show up and like you help with like going down and picking like if somebody a guest comes, you go down and help them up to the room and to the podcast room. You go and get drinks. You'll do whatever it takes. It's just kind of like what you do.
Sean said I'm doing fine as a coach.
But
Oh, you're doing fine. Is what he says.
I'll be the next Excalibur.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cool.
like, prime example, like, if I was to show up to New South for like Tony Presley, and I show up and be like, "Yo, is there anything I can do to help out?" Like,
I'm sure
stuff
they
like
would.
that. Like,
I'm sure people would help you because
Like, I
like
don't wanna show up
even
and
at the
not be
new,
invited, you know
let's
what
say
I'm
the New
saying?
South, like
Well,
the New South pay per view, like that just happened. Me and Noodle stayed behind and helped pick up chairs for a little while. You know,
That's the great thing about social media too. He's on social media. He's on Facebook. You can message him and be like, "Hey, here's who I am. Here's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get in good with some shows and that and help out and network. Can I come and help out? Like just set up whatever you need." More than likely, he's going to say, "Yeah."
yeah, Yeah.
And when you're there though, show up and help. Don't just sit and watch the show.
Right.
Be an asset, and make sure you thank them when you get there. Tell them goodbye. Thank them when you leave. Here's my number, or here's my social media. Whatever. Hit me on the gram. Whatever. Anything like that.
just show your respect for the wrestling and the wrestlers, and and just to, get in where you fit in.
It's like I said, I still do this places. I went up to Johnny Bravo runs a show up in Michigan, and I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, Schwartz is coming up there." This was a while back. I need to go back up there actually. And I had done a seminar with him
Yeah.
and everything, and he remembered me from that, and I stayed in touch with him. But I said, "If you need anybody, I'll be there. Do you mind if I come along?" He's like, "You're more than welcome to come along. If something opens up, I'll let you know." A guy got hurt,
Yeah.
couldn't wrestle. I ended up wrestling in a spot.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So, I mean, stuff opens up like that. But even still, I asked him, I said, "What do you need done while I'm here? I'm here. I might as well do something to help out."
Exactly.
And at first, it was like, "Well, can you do this and this for me real quick?" "Yeah, no problem. Go help out, blah, blah, blah." And then come to find out, brother's back was messed up and he couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Don't risk it. Go do a promo. Zodi, you want to wrestle in a spot? Let's go do it." Went out and wrestled, and it got me a spot on the show. And now I've got a spot when I want it, and I can go back up.
Oh, you got experience with them now.
Yeah.
You know, just because you just you
build a rapport.
Yeah, you give, and
you're going to lose a lot of time and money the first couple years traveling places and this and that. The way everything is now, though, you can really pick up steam quick if you want to work and hustle. You can be a mediocre wrestler, but a good hand and get a lot of work.
Like, what do you mean? Like you're saying like you can suck but still get a lot of money? Is that
I didn't say you could suck.
Not suck, just kind of like not
good.
When he said
you can be a mediocre wrestler.
That means like not have a lot of experience.
But and not be very experienced, but be a good hand and getting a lot of doors as long as you're doing the right stuff and being good.
That means just be a good person.
Right.
And if you're a good person, then you can get in and fit in wherever you need
and
to.
don't get me wrong, the opposite is true too. You can be an absolute garbage person, but be an amazing talent that draws money, and they're going to use you too. But
exactly.
I wouldn't recommend going that route.
Yeah. See, be amazing and be good.
And
yeah, especially with cancel culture the way it is, you will get dragged. So.
And you also said like go to wrestle everywhere I can, and you said because some people will teach you the right stuff, and some people won't teach you the right stuff. It all depends on who you go to, right?
Yeah. Okay. Case in point, right here. The New South show, Tony just said this. The Battle Royal, they had a guy that he didn't make the Battle Royal. So they used one of the other guys that came in from FTC in that and put him in there. You know? So the guy that had the 2 B's on his
yeah, that guy. Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to be in there originally. But somebody didn't make it, so they put him in there. And I think he's fairly new still too.
But yeah, like anytime like Tony needs my help with anything, whether like it's sitting up or in the back, I'm willing to help do whatever I can.
And Tony knows a lot of people, so Tony can recommend you to other places and get you more work.
Tony's been nothing but. I'm just telling you, Tony's been nothing but nice to me since I've met him.
Tony's good.
Tony's this seemed awesome person, and then he invited us to like, and made a spot for us. Like, and I didn't ask for that. He just like, hey. You got a belt, man. You got a podcast. We're going to put you on the show. And I was like, this is awesome. It makes me want to like stay around and help him pick up chairs. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people in wrestling won't do that too. They don't understand that. Some people are still very territorial.
Yeah.
I think it's better when you work together.
It don't make no sense to be like that. Like right now in the social media, as much social media is right now, we can all work together and work at each other and like, say good things about each other, and it helps out. It's no reason to like tell each other,
as long as you're respectful of each other's boundaries and each other's business and everything, and the money's right.
Because we all have a different product to give.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same wrestling product, it's all different. Like Gen Next, Kentucky Elite, and New South are all different.
All totally different shows.
Totally different. But like
different.
they all bring something to the game. Like when this pay-per-view was going on, like they all brought something to the game, and it just made it that much better. I loved seeing Scott Diamond there. I love seeing Larry D there and all those guys there. It was just.
Well, in a way, a lot of the guys are starting to think now, and Tony brought this up, because if I can showcase Larry's guy, like say he showcases Kellen.
Yeah.
And then people say, oh, well, I'm going to check out this Kellen guy and who he is. Then they're going to see him at Gen Next show and be like, okay, I need to go see him at Larry's show.
Yeah.
It builds up Larry's show. And then it just starts building up wrestling in the area the way it used to be.
Oh, guys, if y'all haven't been down to Legends Bar and events, go down there. Those guys are the friendliest guys. They'll invite you right in the door. They got a damn wrestling ring up in their bar. They got good drinks. They got some hot ladies behind the bar. They got cool motherfuckers at the door, like letting you in, like Nate, and they got the coolest wrestlers down there. They just seem, they're just cool guys, man. And right across from Larry's Legends Bar and Event Center is a big mural of the Walking Dead stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
right across the thing there, so you can see that too. And
does he still have the wrestling ring in the bar?
He has it inside the bar. Yes, it's
I didn't
in
know
there.
if they just set it up for the shows or if they leave it in there.
I don't know if they leave it in there or not. Do they leave it up? They leave it up, don't they?
I have no idea, to be honest.
I heard they leave it up.
I thought
don't
they
know.
left it up, but I can't remember. For
but
sure.
like that's just the coolest shit to go in a bar and like, look, there's a damn wrestling ring right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Zodi, and I want your opinion. Like, prime example, like you brought up another good talent for his size. like Craven. Like I look at him with my size, like, but like he does like all the high flying stuff, and I don't really like want to do like the flips over the ropes and all that. Like with my size.
Then don't do them.
Well, if you get in there, man, just get in there and like if you feel comfortable doing it, do what you feel comfortable doing.
You think I would hit the gym is what I'm saying with my size.
Yes, you should definitely hit the gym.
Okay. Yeah. It don't hurt anybody to hit the gym.
Kellen works out. Don't get me wrong. He's just small.
Right. Yeah.
He works out. Like he works hard. He's just built that small.
Yeah.
You know, and for his style, it's what he likes to do and everything else. But I mean, you should definitely hit the gym.
This match is crazy. Did you see what is it? His name there, Guevara. There, he just jumped from
that brother jumped
rope
from
to
like,
rope to rope. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah. Sammy Guevara is what his name is now.
That's another reason I was thinking about changing my mask design a bit, because he did the thing where he dressed up as Serpentico, and I got tagged in Twitter on so many things. Was like, we thought this was you.
Yeah, well, just hey, take advantage of it. You know, if they're
like,
if
I gotta
they're
change my design.
if they're tagging you, man, that's good. That's good publicity for you.
Hashtag I'm not Serpentico.
There you go.
I'm twice of Serpentico.
You eat him for lunch. You got him in your pocket.
He's really good though. I'm glad he got a job. I don't know if he's actually signed or if he's on an as needed basis, but he's there all
a
the
lot
time.
of the AEW guys are as need. They have an as need contract.
Yeah.
I think is what I understood. I've been looking into that, and they usually run for like a year, and then they figure out after that if they need them. Like just like we was talking about the guy from the Dark Order, just his contract just ran out, and I think it was
That's what happened with Fuego too. Fuego was like there for a good year or so, just on an as needed basis. They were doing all kinds of stuff with him, but he wasn't signed. And he got a big Twitter following. Everybody was like, sign Fuego, and he finally got a deal. Like they finally signed him.
That's the kind of contract that Johnny Elite now, John Morrison. I think he has that as needed.
Yeah, I think so.
Contract like that. Yeah,
he's on like limited.
I'd end up thinking that he'll probably end up in Ring of Honor, hopefully, because they're going to bring that. They have a big pay-per-view next month, and hopefully they'll announce a. So that's where Cesaro was supposed to show up at that show, and he showed up at this show because Daniel Bryanson was hurt.
Yeah.
So that's why he's in this now. But he was supposed to show up at the Ring of Honor show.
It would have made more sense for him to show up at Ring of Honor, given their background and all that. But
him and Eddie Kingston hate each other.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's a real heat or not. It may be real heat. I think they were like Tony, like Eddie was spitting at him the other day, and he said a lot of things.
That's Eddie, though.
Yeah, he said a lot of things about him before, like he even. They were even
watch
just
his old
talking about
Chikara promos and stuff about him and everything.
Yeah.
He said the same thing then.
He's a dirty bastard, ain't he?
Yeah. His promos are so good.
Yeah.
I would ride in the cars with him, picking him up at the airport and stuff and that, taking him to like IWA and some shows around here, because I would go past the airport. Coming, so they're like, "Hey, can you pick up Kingston or Homicide or Jimmy Jacobs for them?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah,
pick those guys up, get like a 15 or 20 minute conversation or 30-minute conversation with these guys. The hell, that's
it's an hour drive from the airport.
Yeah, well, so that's like stuff you couldn't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You can pay the guys.
Sitting here making stops, eating Mexican food with Eddie Kingston and Homicide and them, just BS. And eventually we just got to be cool.
Yeah.
So like when I do like train, let's just say the company I train with, like if someone else that wrestles for that show goes to that show, I could see if I could ride with them to the show, right?
I would. Yeah. Jump in any car you can.
Yeah. Be in anybody's pocket you can. Like grab one, hold a little belt loop, and just let them lead you around. This Tyler Ulick guy, he's pretty good.
If I could what? You said if you could what, and then you stopped.
Yeah, any cars you can, any good cars you can jump into.
Yeah. Don't get into the jalopies.
Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, Wheeler Yuta. I think I said Tyler, but Wheeler. Yeah. It's hard to remember all these guys' names.
Like,
have you wrestled with him any? Cesaro, any of these guys?
I was on shows with Cesaro when he was Claudio before he went to the Fed.
Yeah.
That's
been a while ago because he was there for a while.
It was very brief.
Yeah.
He was a lot smaller then.
Yeah, he's huge. He's a big guy.
Enormous.
He's so tall. He's such a good wrestler. I just don't know why he couldn't get over in WWE.
When I started though, like it was Seth Rollins was working as Tyler Black. Ricochet was still like a really skinny kid.
Yeah.
So like I was on shows with all these guys and have worked with them. And like when Punk was down at IWA and doing like all the Florida stuff and this and that and everything else. Like,
so you got to wrestle. Did you get to wrestle CM Punk, or did you?
No, I was just
he was just there. He was just there.
Yeah. He was in the thing with Raven and with Jerry Lynn and Hero and that around the times that I seen him.
Oh,
and
really?
then he started traveling more on.
Was that the Flock? Was that called the Flock then, or was
no? That was in WCW.
Yeah, yeah.
He did the gimmicks and stuff with Raven on the independent stuff.
Yeah.
So should
was
I?
he like in Raven's crew?
No, he was feuding with him.
He was
they did
feuding
a dog
with him.
collar match. Go look up their dog collar match. It's ridiculous.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll check that
Yeah.
out.
So should I do my own bookings, or should I have the promotion that I train with do my bookings?
At first, have the promotion you're training with doing.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll want to train you for at least a year or two.
Yeah,
right?
you'll train for at least a year.
Yeah, at least a year or
You
two.
should
you know?
anyway.
Yeah, you should give it all your all and just do
I don't know,
whatever they ask you
How
to
often
do.
are they training? Like what? Once a week?
Huh?
How often are they training? Like what? Once a week?
How often you get to train?
Every other Friday and every Saturday before shows.
Have you trained yet?
It's about 4 times a month.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You need to spend a good year. Work on your body. Work on your health and everything.
Are you
else.
excited?
Oh yeah.
Are you like nervous?
No, it's not that I'm not nervous more than I am like with my size. I'm afraid like I'm not going to be able to pick somebody up and slam them, or like I feel like I'm going to do it and then drop them, and then it's going to be on me. You know what I'm saying? So
You're gonna have nerves for a while. I mean, you never get rid of the nerves and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I actually got to get in the ring at the New South Wrestling pay-per-view there, and which you guys can go watch it at go.prepspin.com. If y'all want to watch that, it's $9.99, I think. Y'all go check that out. And
it's on their website, or it's
Yeah.
on their Facebook page.
it's on their Facebook page if y'all want to check it out. I think it's go.prepspin.com. So when we got to get in the ring, I'd never been in a wrestling ring before.
Oh, really?
And I just felt like, I've been on stages and I do the podcast every week, and I was nervous being in the ring. It's a different
It's a
feel
totally
up
different
there.
feel, yeah.
Yeah, like the floor's bouncy, and it's not like trampoline bouncy, but it's like,
It's got some give to it.
yeah, it's got a little give to it.
That thing, it's got a little give to it, and that for footwork and that. That thing hurts.
I'm sure that's what I heard. Like it hurts, and plus they lift up the canvas and they had these 2x12s or whatever underneath there. It's like 2x12s. It's like
The only thing
actual wood.
The only thing under a canvas on a wrestling ring is it's usually steel frame or wood frame. Anymore, it's steel frame. 2x12s and maybe like an inch worth of padding.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be carpet padding or it could be
Yeah.
matte padding and whatnot. And then they put a canvas. The canvas is just there to keep the padding down.
Yeah.
And for your footing.
Yeah,
But
and not like to get pinched by the wood, I guess.
That sucks too. If you have a board pop up or something
Yeah.
like that and land on it, like
Yeah.
that thing. There's times I'd rather hit the floor than hit some of the rings.
Yeah, I don't know if you. They had a problem with the ring. I don't know if you've seen that because you was probably backstage, but they had one of the wood pieces.
Yeah, Kyle Maggard messed his back up on him a little
Had
bit.
got it up, and then like some I don't know who it was, some old
I
guy,
bet that stuff hurts.
some
You
old
can't
guy
take
from the
that,
back
can
came
you?
out and was like, he was out there like 5 minutes, and he bounced up on it and it popped back into place, and I was like, oh, that guy knew what the hell he was doing.
We had one at a show about a month ago where one popped out and they couldn't get it back set right, and they had to take the canvas off and take part of the ring apart and shift the boards.
Yeah.
So it took them like 20 minutes or so to fix it.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna have to do that, but then that guy came out and was like, he
And it just happens. You get
Yeah.
big guys in there, and it happens sometimes.
yeah, it was. So I got to see what the actual ring was made of, and it's got these big ass boards, and they're
Yeah.
just all laid next to each other. And
Some
know.
of the old original rings were all wood. They were wood frame, everything.
wow,
And that, it's like being in a boxing ring.
yeah, yeah.
I've seen them break. I've seen people go through those.
So when I actually got to walk up those steps and got in the ring, it's like when you're outside looking at the ring, it doesn't seem as big. Like for some reason, it just doesn't seem as big. But when you're in that ring, it just seems like you're like on this huge freaking, like you're up on this huge stage, and it's like I don't think there's anything. Haven't ever felt anything else like that. I'm sure that's why
There's nothing else like
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure you get this
There's
biggest high when you're in there actually just working a match.
I've done all kinds of like wild stuff and that, and like I don't know. There's something about being in a wrestling ring. It's just totally different,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in front. And it doesn't matter the size of the crowd. I mean, I've wrestled in front of 10 people, and I've wrestled in front of like 5,000 people.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's.
So what's the biggest crowd you have wrestled in front of? 5,000 people, or
5,000.
more than 5,000? Well, what is that? Like a little arena, like a something like the Legends Ballpark, kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was arena like that, and then I got to wrestle at the Cincinnati Gardens. That was really cool.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
One of my favorite ones was at a Cantina bar. It was a lucha show at a Cantina bar in Jersey, and I mean there might have been 100 people there.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was in like a little Mexican town, and it was at a Mexican Cantina bar.
And they probably loved you with the mask.
Oh, it was so cool. The kids and all that, they were running around and
Yeah.
American like type wrestler, but with a mask. It was different.
Yeah.
It was me, Mysterious Movado, Mojo McQueen, Beastman. Who else was there? There was a number of guys there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what's like the most unique character that you've met? Like as far as a character, like of a wrestler character that you're like, oh, you was just so amazed with.
Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman. You met the Boogeyman?
Boogeyman is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say he's a lot older than he
gimmick,
looks too. Yeah.
I don't know how old he's in amazing shape.
Yeah.
Nice guy, but man, he gets so into his character. He creeps me out. Like when he's in character.
Yeah.
And the gimmick with the worms and all that. Like, yeah, he's.
Are those real worms?
Yes.
So they're not fake.
Yes, they're not fake.
He
They're
eats real worms. That's
it's
crazy.
real. Yeah, it's nuts. Meeting Jake Roberts was interesting too.
And he has a real snake, right?
Sometimes.
Oh.
I've met really intoxicated Jake Roberts, and I've met really cool, straight and sober Jake Roberts.
Yeah, he hasn't been on. He was on AEW quite a bit for a while. Now he hasn't been on there in a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with him.
What'd you think about Colorblind with them with the snakes in their back?
Oh, I love those guys. Yeah.
Like right now,
Sean Hoodrich, I've known for a while, and he's just an amazing person.
If there's anybody you can have a match with right now, who would that be? As far as anybody, like say, okay, so on this level that you're on right now, and on like a bigger level, like who would you like that actually is like that you could actually wrestle right now? I know there's legends that you would be like, oh, I would love to wrestle Ric Flair or.
Well, I mean, I'd love to wrestle the Great Muta at the Tokyo Dome, but
exactly, yeah, but that's
that's
past,
That was my bucket list match. That probably will never happen. But
yeah.
I don't know. Guys like that I've never worked with or wrestled.
Yeah.
Man, I'd have to think about that. I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Like your dream match right now. Like, I want to wrestle that guy.
I'm going to have to think on it. Honestly, I don't know. There's so many guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cliche because he's in the ring right now, but I'd love to work with Moxley because I've never gotten.
Oh yeah. Moxley's he's a genius in the because he like works so much different than a lot of people. It seems like
very unorthodox.
Yeah, he's so different than everybody. Like when I watch his matches, I think that I like his matches because he's not actually in there doing the same things as everybody else is doing.
And that's kind of cliche, like I said, because a lot of people want to work with Mox.
Yeah.
I'd tell you who I would really like to work with, honestly, is I've put this up on Twitter a number of times. One is Ricky Starks out of all the AEW guys.
Ricky Starks,
Ricky Starks and the guy that did the Perfect 10 gimmick.
He's
the
Warlow's guy, Scott. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm going blank all of a sudden.
Sean, who was he talking about?
It's hilarious. I say I want to work with the guy, and then I went blank on his name.
Scott Spears. No, Sean Spears. Yeah.
I think Sean Spears is one of the best talents they got.
I know, right? I think they don't let him wrestle enough. When they let him wrestle a little bit recently.
If I had my pick of guys to wrestle on AEW, if they were like, hey, we're going to bring you in, who do you want to work with? That would be probably the top guy on my list.
Yeah,
Sean Spears. I just like his work.
Yeah. He's a hell of a wrestler too.
With their talent on there, some people might be like, well, why Sean Spears? I think he's that good.
Yeah. The match you had down in Paris with who was the guy you was wrestling down there? Marcus Johnson.
Oh yeah.
That was a very entertaining match.
Marvelous
you guys were like going at it, and that was my favorite match down there that night. I mean, there were some good matches down there. Larry D and his guys had a match, but
so he's a legitimate boxer.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know that. Like, he's a legitimate boxer. And
You could tell.
grappler and jiu-jitsu guy. He's a legitimate fighter. So when he's throwing them body shots and stuff, he
you could tell that he was legit with the punches because like those punches look real.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Like, you have to bob and weave on that guy. And I tell him, I'm like, just throw your stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I helped train him a little bit.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I know him when he started. And
You could tell that you and him were very familiar with each other because y'all had a like that was like when I
we
was
just go
glued
out there,
to that match.
We just go out and wrestle. That's it. We go out there and we do whatever we're gonna do.
I was glued to that match, and that was an awesome match. That really was. Did you end up winning that match? Didn't you, or did he? I don't know.
I did.
You won that match, yeah.
Heart punch.
Did you ever?
Heart punch.
Did you ever get to work with or wrestle Jimmy Valiant or?
Yes, Boogie. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last show I wrestled Boogie was years ago. I actually got a copy of his book and everything.
Oh wow.
Signed and stuff. Yeah.
What about Vic?
Vic the Bruiser?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've wrestled Vic more times than I can count.
Really? How about like any of the Funk brothers? Terry Funk or any of those guys? No, you never.
No, I've never wrestled any of them. I had to think about that for a second.
Have you ever wrestled Chris Harris, Wildcat?
Oh yeah, several times. I wrestled Chris Harris. It was funny. I wrestled Chris Harris at MWA in Georgetown for their lightweight championship.
Yeah, I remember those days when they had that. They were over on that little road, and they had that little building they had.
Yeah, it was in the red building.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah, that was a cool place, man. We went over there a lot, and I used to take my son there a lot.
That big left-handed lariat of his.
Yeah,
it'll take your head off. Yeah. I seen he was back on Impact when they did the Slammiversary show.
Oh, was he there?
I think they just did an appearance.
Yeah,
they came out.
That Slammiversary is an odd show. Like they have that's a pretty good show. Like I like that show.
I was mainly kind of tuning in to watch Trey Miguel and Ace Austin and them.
Yeah, they said Alex Zane was on that show.
Yeah, and Zane. Yeah.
Got anybody commenting?
Yeah, Tony put the Go Prep Spin thing on there. Maddie Fox said hi, Zodiac. Hello,
Yeah.
Maddie.
Maddie the Fox.
Maddie the Fox. What does the Fox say?
Her and Chris Blade are supposed to have a bedroom match.
Oh well, geez, there's that.
Yeah, drawers count anywhere.
Oh God, you always gotta bring that up.
Yeah, that's funny.
Sean said I've taken bumps in the ring where I'd rather be slammed on the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and speaking of that, so when I start training, so like, you see how like they're grinding their face in the cage. You can't fake that. Like you actually feel that, right? Or
I have scars that can confirm. Yeah.
Or like whenever you like
What's up, Johnny Lang?
Or like whenever they throw you like into like the corner, like the corner post when they get your leg and get it and slam it against the post. You can actually feel that, right?
Oh yeah. Well, it's metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean Jonathan Lang, not Johnny Lang.
Slicky J.
Slicky J.
Johnny Wang Yang.
Jonathan Lang is Slicky J.
I thought you said Johnny Wang.
Johnny Wang.
Jimmy Yang Wang? Wang Yang?
Anthony Presley says Zodiac has always been a very good wrestler. He has always been an asset to the business.
Don't lie to these people, Tony. Don't lie to these people.
Is that Billy is awesome and a person and an athlete. I guess we were back when we were talking about Billy Gunn.
Yeah, that was a little comment. Billy's another one too. Like Billy Gunn's another one I've noticed that he will, if you ask him especially, he'll watch your stuff and he'll critique it for you and give you advice and everything.
Really?
If you go asking, yeah.
I want him to watch the podcast and give us some critiques on it. Like, I don't like this part. I don't like that part.
That's another thing. Anybody coming up, ask people to watch your matches. Get the vets and the established guys and whatnot to watch your stuff.
Yeah.
And learn to take criticism.
Yeah, just
you don't get better getting told what you did good. You get better getting told what you did bad.
Yeah. Listen to people. This has been a crazy match. There's a lot of
their main event.
Yeah, this is the main event. I think the blood is like, and it's still like, I guess it's the main event because there's still like 30 minutes left in the.
I was getting ready to say it can't be that late, is it?
Yeah, it's we've been here almost an hour and a half already.
Oh well.
Oh, they're getting a table in there now. Double
Kingston.
Got the double steel cages up, guys, and now they're pulling in.
Is that Santana and Ortiz?
Yeah, Santana Ortiz. They're pulling.
Them guys are good.
Got a damn bat now with the barbed wire around it. I guess this is just a glorified
I guess it's kind of like War Games.
Yeah, War Games match, like blood and guts.
Yeah, I guess it's their version of War Games.
A lot of people are blooding and gutting.
Oh, is that Matt Hardy?
No.
No.
It looked kind of like him, don't it?
Yeah, I thought that was Matt Hardy for a minute.
No, that's one of the new guys in the Jericho Appreciation. He looks like a young Matt Hardy.
Yeah, it looked like Matt. Well, at first I thought it was Super Crazy. I was like, is that?
Yeah, it does look like Super Crazy too.
And then I looked, I was like, wait, is that Matt Hardy? No.
Yeah, it's like Super. Why is Jericho not in there? I don't know why Jericho's not in there.
I'll save him for later.
Yeah, probably.
And then Zodi, another thing, because Andy, you was asking me, am I scared? Another thing that I'm it's not that I'm scared, but I don't want it to happen. But then again, that's the risk you take of, you know, in the professional wrestling business. Like, I don't want to come down the wrong way, like off a top rope or on a slam and get paralyzed or like have something in my back, you know. So
why you take your training slow and learn the proper way to do everything.
And he was saying where I already got kind of like a cult fan base that he feels like people's going to rush me to get in the ring. So
no. Take your time and stuff.
I don't think people are going to rush.
And if you're not ready or comfortable for something, make sure people know.
Okay.
Trying to see if there's any responses from what I shared.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna train until they think I'm ready, because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get in the ring until they think I'm ready. The people training me.
Right. Well, I mean, you won't. If they're worth their salt training, they're not gonna let you get in there anyway, unless you just go off on your own rogue and do something.
I might start out as a referee and then learn the business that way.
I tell everybody to do that. I tell everybody to start off as a referee because, one, it really gives you good ring awareness, and it teaches you a lot because you get to watch and learn different ins and outs.
So what's the manager, like, they say they train managers. What does the manager have to go through, like, in a wrestling managing, like, school, kind of like?
Depending on the person.
You have to take bumps and stuff? Yeah.
Same training.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, same training.
Sometimes
they'll limit the well, like if you're coming in as a manager because you can't physically wrestle.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Then they're going to make you go through some paces physically because you still have to have your cardio, have your presence.
Yeah, exactly.
But they'll teach you. The ones I know of, they'll focus mainly on psychology, character development, what to do, what not to do, where to be, where not to be.
Yeah.
What the integral roles of managers are and stuff.
I was just thinking about it because, you know, with having somebody. Having the title, you know, in my podcast title, they maybe, you know, at some point somebody's going to ask me to, like, you know, come out and manage me or something, you know. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think the thought didn't cross my mind already. So
oh, really? You've already thought that? Cool. That's be awesome.
My brain never stops. I'm always thinking stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be constantly.
I'd love to come out with you. Walk out there with you if you know. Oh God, Sammy's awesome, man.
Technically, I could, because I heard when I have my active wrestling license, that covers the manager, the ring announcing, that covers everything, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys still got to train.
Right.
Still got to train. Because I don't think anybody's going to actually let you do anything without you. They'll be like, "Oh, have you trained?" And you're like, "No, I haven't trained." And they're like, "Well, you know, go back and get some training. We'll probably, you know, consider you after that." You know.
Until you're cleared by Scott and all that.
Yeah, nobody's going to you know.
You're a good year out from anything.
Yeah.
Argentina water slide.
Oh, what's he doing? Oh.
I thought he did that thing where he picks him up like that and he goes frontwards with him, that finisher thing where he picks him up and.
Oh, neutralizer.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
He's still using it, but I don't think he's. Oh, jeez, he's still using it. I don't think he's using it as a finish though.
So the moves that you use, like, so when you got trained, and did they teach you all the moves, or you just kind of like over time, like develop some moves of your own, whole move set of your own, or like what moves do you think that you?
It was a combination of the two. Like when I started training, we were taught base fundamentals. We were taught basic lockups, chain wrestling, grappling. Basic bumps, things like that, and then you would go through your basic moves, which your hip
run the ropes,
drags,
and
body
stuff.
slams, run the ropes, this and that. And then as we trained, if there was something we wanted to work on, we'd bring it up. Like say you want to learn how to do a Russian leg sweep, go to them, and whoever knew how to do that, which normally your trainer should know how to do it, would break it down and show you how to do it. And then as I got out on the road more, got out on shows more, I just started working on things myself. I'd get to the show early, or I'd stay a little late. work on some stuff.
Yeah.
Find a ring I could just jump in, watch tape, and be like, okay, I like this move, I like that move. I like this move, but what if I did it this way? And then you just start thinking and working on stuff.
So is there like any place that you can go right now, say, hey, like you said, you want to work on the moves, like I can just go over there and jump in their ring at any time?
I mean, not you because you're not a wrestler.
No, you.
Me?
As far as
yeah,
you.
yeah. Like if I got to New South early,
Yeah.
go there. Cody Hawk has a training center in Hamilton, Ohio. And he's got certain days of the week for open ring for this or that. I could go up there. Bone Crushers is in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's a school. So if you wanted to get a hold of him, be like, hey, I'm going to stay, I'm a wrestler. I'm in the area. I just want to get some ring time to work on some new stuff. Could I come out? He might let you come for nothing. He might just be like, hey, yeah, just throw me a $5 ring fee.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places like that.
Well, that's cool. That's cool because I didn't know, because that's just a lot of stuff that people don't realize and know that if you like you want to be a wrestler, but where do you go to like practice your wrestling at?
Right.
And if you want to practice wrestling on your own a little bit, there's a school, but like you get time to get in the ring and do your own little thing, whenever you want to. And
I always tell everybody get to a show, at least a couple hours early, feel the ring out, work on stuff.
Yeah, because not everybody, not everybody has access to a ring,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's, I don't know of any. I mean, I guess over in, KEPW up there, and then Larry has his ring down there. But that's only two places I know right now that has a ring and nearby that just.
And that right there is more than what we had coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
And to get in a ring when we were coming up to get in a ring, like you had to, they
probably
had to
special.
know you. They had to know you. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
If you just be like, oh yeah, I'm wrestling in the area. Well, who knows you? Who do you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Who sent you up here? Who can I call to confirm you're who?
And they couldn't just get it like. And you've been like, and
So
another thing,
social media makes it a lot easier.
yeah, another thing, you've been wrestling like you started wrestling when there wasn't that much social media.
I
And
started
now,
wrestling when there was no social media.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, no social media. And now like there's this, like me, I started doing I did out of college a public access show.
Yeah.
Where I had to take the damn tape over to the cable company and do things, So it's like changed. The game has changed a lot,
That's what NWF had a show called To the Limit that was on public access. And that was their main thing. And they would record it and get it to the thing. And they had to sit in the studio and cut it and this and that.
And your shit might be on at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and it was on at the weirdest times. Yeah.
I got recognized for years for that kind of. Me and Jacob Ennis, which he does the movie Stash, and he does a lot of horror movies. He's out of Mount Vernon down that way, but I went to a broadcasting school with him, and we had a public access show that we did like maybe about a year's worth of episodes, and we had them on the public access shows, and I got noticed for years. I got recognized from people for years. You had that. I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You had that public access show, and I was like, oh man, you remember that shit?
See, that's something I would love to get into and have been talking to a few people about. And I've talked to people out off and on over the last couple of years, is getting into like movies and like acting and bit roles and things like that.
Yeah.
I had one that I was going to go do. It wasn't really paid or anything, but it was like, it was decent, and it was in like a horror type movie.
Yeah.
But with the drive and everything and stuff that came up, I couldn't go do it.
Yeah.
But I was talking to a few people about that, and they were like, get on this site and this site and just get you a headshot and get you everything.
Yeah. And then like some of it just get you a damn video camera and just like start making some shit yourself, get noticed,
Oh shit, they're pulling the mat
I really want to do some stuff like that myself. I want to start doing some documentaries. I got me I just bought a camera and
I'd love to get into like, commercials, acting, bit roles, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a good transition for a wrestler.
Oh shit, they're tearing a damn freaking ring apart. There's the wood, guys. There's the wood he was talking about earlier. This guy's hanging out of the ring like crazy, blood all over him. It looks like he's been slaughtered.
How little padding is underneath that ring.
Oh my god! Look, it's like they're tearing up the ring. And
it's like a 2-inch piece of foam.
Yeah, like you said. But if it is a 2-inch,
if that, yeah.
Yeah, if that. Like they tore the whole ring apart. These guys are just blood and guts killing each other. They got attacks all in the ring. They're making all kinds of crazy stuff happening. They got tables and somebody just got slammed right on the wood. That was Eddie Kingston, I think, didn't he?
He superplexed somebody.
Suplexed him off the top rope onto the wood, the bare wood. This is crazy. Now Jericho's in there he's throwing alcohol and he threw alcohol in Moxley's face. Oh man, Moxley just landed on the tacks.
Elbow.
With his elbows. He's got tacks all in his back. Have you ever been in a match like that? I knew that you had commented on a match where they had all those light bulbs in the ring. Have you done one of those matches?
I do death matches every now and then.
Oh,
I've
yeah?
done a few. I did Prince of Death. I did Southern Sickness Cup 2 years. I did a no-rope barbed wire match. It was barbed wire boards and barbed wire ropes and a barbed wire bat with Casanova Valentine.
So are those different? Do you go into those matches with a different mentality, or just kind of
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to go in knowing you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, with your look, and you have this dark look. I'm sure you've been asked to do a lot of those matches.
When I started doing them here and there, I got asked to do them more and more, and I had to be clear. I was like, "Look, I'm not a deathmatch wrestler.
Yeah, I don't want to do that shit all the time.
I'm a wrestler that occasionally does death matches." I was like, "But my thing with them is, and I know me. Once I like doing them.
Yeah.
So if I start doing them, I'm going to keep doing them, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah.
I have the utmost respect for the guys that do it, like the John Wayne Murdochs, Hoodfoot's doing a lot of them, Orrin Veidt, and that Orrin was one of the ones that he had retweeted that, and I was like, because I'd done a match with Alex Ocean,
Yeah.
at Southern Sickness Cup, the last one that they had, and I normally don't do glass.
Yeah.
Normally I don't do glass for various reasons, but
Because you can get cut.
yeah, I was like, but there was reasons I went ahead and I did it anyway.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expected to do it. It was in there, but I wasn't expected to take the glass. I was like, let's just go out and go ham. Let's just go at it. And we had a hell of a match. And people were asking me, like, man, like if you go out and do that, are you going to get into deathmatch wrestling more?
Yeah.
And I put that on Twitter. I was like, look, Orrin Veidt, all these guys are deathmatch wrestlers. I was like, and my thing is, if you're going to go do somebody else's style, don't half-ass it. Do it 100%,
Yeah.
and don't disrespect these guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a wrestler who occasionally does death matches. And Orrin was like, I love the way you put that.
Yeah.
And we've been cool ever since. He's a guy. He's another one. He's a deathmatch
So
guy.
is he
but
just a
he's
crazy
a
deathmatch guy?
What's crazy is I think Orrin's one of the best deathmatch guys and wrestlers out there, because everything he does looks so intense and believable.
Really? You have to text me his name so I can check his stuff out.
He's under the Wizard King Orrin Veidt on Twitter.
Orrin Veidt.
I think he was hurt a while ago, so he hasn't been doing a lot.
Yeah.
But everything I love watch. He's one of my favorite guys to watch. And I put him over on Twitter and all that, and he appreciated it. A number of the other guys was like, I appreciate the way you put that.
Yeah.
And because I think some guys get into deathmatch wrestling because they're trying to get noticed or find a niche
Yeah.
and
yeah.
whatnot, not because they enjoy it or they love doing it, just
Yeah.
to get seen or noticed.
And there's guys that love to do that shit.
And there's guys that's a whole
all they do,
different,
right?
That's
a whole different league
community.
of wrestling.
Yeah.
Is this
that's-
place that you wrestle up here? Is that kind of like that?
It's a mix. They do death matches and they do
Okay.
Yeah.
They do regular stuff too.
Yeah. Like when I say it was like DDT, like their main event at the last show was it was called a Staple Dicks match. And have you ever seen an Unlucky 13 match where they staple the dollar bills to you?
Yeah.
So the purpose of the match, they had paper dicks cut out,
Oh, okay.
and you had to staple them to each other. And whoever got whoever got like 7 first won or something like that. It was
Yeah.
Randy West and Dale Patrick.
Just a bunch of crazy guys say, "Hey, let's do a staple dick match."
Yeah. Well, it was a girl in the match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Randy West.
Oh, okay.
Randy West and Dale Patrick's,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
awesome. It was an awesome match, but that's a whole different community, and they are brutal. If you half-ass stuff or if you disrespect their style, man, they don't play around.
Who's the chick here? I don't know. I know Ruby
Ruby-
Soho.
that's
Who's
Ruby
the
Soho.
other girl?
Oh,
I don't know
And-
the other one.
oh, that's Ty Conte, isn't it? That's Ty Conte. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that she was with Jericho. I didn't.
I feel like she needs to fight Cargill or Thunder Rosa for the Ruby Soho does.
Oh yeah, she fought Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, I was going to say she fought Rosa.
She lost her at the last pay per view. One of the last pay per views. The one that had the Owen
Double
Hart.
or Nothing.
Yeah, the one that had the double Owen Hart Cup thing on it.
Yeah, because she wore the Nugget gear.
Yeah.
It had the enough is enough. It's time for
And,
a change on it and all that.
Yeah. No, she didn't. She didn't fight Thunder Rosa, did she? Oh, she fought.
I thought it was.
She fought Brett Baker for the Owen Hart Cup thing.
It was Britt Baker. It
Yeah,
wasn't
she
Thunder
hasn't.
Rosa. It was Britt
She hasn't fought Thunder Rosa yet. You're right about that.
And Britt Baker, she's an actual dentist in real life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's. Oh, yeah, these guys are up on the top. Is somebody going to kill each other? Like, you see Jericho's back. He's got he's got tacks all in his back. And look, like Jericho and Eddie Kingston are on top of this.
This is terrifying.
Crazy mat. Yeah. Have you ever done anything crazy like that? Like a scaffold match or anything like that?
I've done scaffolds and stuff. I've never been up at the top of anything like this high.
Yeah. What? Like, where's the like? You haven't like jumped off anything high like crazy?
Oh yeah. I've jumped off some high stuff, but never anything this high.
Yeah.
I don't jump off of a lot of stuff though. I'm very ground based.
Yeah.
I do lucha and stuff here and there. So like
Yeah.
I'll do ranas off the top every now and then and this and that. Just because for a big guy, it's just something you don't see.
Yeah.
But I keep my feet on the ground most of the time.
That's another question I need to ask you. So like when I get like on the like if they're laying in the ring, like I want to hit like a front flip. Is gymnastics required or not?
It's a good thing to study.
Sammy Guevara is liable to jump the hell off the top of this. He is a daredevil. He is liable to come off the top of this.
I'm waiting for Sting to pop up.
Yeah, Sting to jump off the rafters
Yeah.
on top of everybody. But he's like
Guevara
really.
may very well jump off.
Yeah, he is crazy, dude. He does some crazy shit. So like, you guys, if y'all not watching AEW right now, y'all need to turn over there and watch this shit.
If this was 10 years ago, I could see Jericho moonsaulting off.
Yes,
I don't see him doing it now.
Sammy Guevara is like on top of this cage with Eddie Kingston and Jericho. They're like going to be doing some crazy shit here. It looks like
Guevara,
Sammy's going to do something nuts. I'll guarantee you he's going to do something nuts here. Maybe not. You got any more people talking to us?
I was just Sean John going.
Yeah, he said Sean Johnson says Kingston is literally giving zero fucks.
Never does.
If you're watching it, Sean, check it out. Sammy Guevara is on top of this damn cage, and you know how he is. He's liable to do some crazy ass shit on top of this thing.
Who you get coming in next week? Do you
I think I'm trying to get Nate, gnarly Nate,
Nasty Nate Gnarly.
Nasty Nate Gnarly in here. I've asked him. I think he if his schedule's free, I think I'll have him in here. Unless Zodiac wants to come back again.
I'm sure I'll come back at some point.
2 weeks in a row.
I'm traveling more, so I'm sure I'll come through.
Oh, I told you! Oh, I told you he was going off the top of that.
You should get Craven in the studio.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm gonna. Yeah, all those guys are gonna come. All those Gen Next guys, they're gonna come over here. I think I'm gonna try to get Big Doss Man over here at some point too.
Craven's an interesting kid, man. He really is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him in here.
I won't go into like his backstory or like his personal stuff and that. I mean, it's nothing bad, but like who he is as a person is actually really interesting.
Yeah, okay, we'll get him in here then.
Nate's the same way. Nate
is too. Yeah,
he's got a very interesting background and everything.
He's
else.
such a nice guy, man. Like as far as like,
he'll probably tell you. I'm one of the only people to shoot on him in a wrestling match and stretching. But
yeah, is that right?
Yeah. I beat him up at IWA one night.
and I know, because he's told me.
To be fair, Larry D kind of set him up for that one.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'll let him tell that story.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna reach out to him this week and try to get him in here.
He's told me, but I'm not gonna. Unless he tells you this on the show when he comes, but. He actually told me that he has another job on the side, which I know what it is, but I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah. He was telling me all that stuff, Nate. Yeah, he was talking to me at the New South.
Most guys have a side job or this or that. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's genuinely a pretty good dude, though.
He's like so cool, like just sit there and talk to, man. He'll just sit there and like. I just felt like this is an old buddy that I hadn't seen in a long time. We just sit there bullshitting, man. And like he just like
he's very easy to talk.
Cool guy, man. He's like, he's like, you got anything to drink over there? I was like, I got a whole bar, man. I'll be over there to party with you. And he's got that whole party mentality,
You know, I thought this meant 3, and then he really told me what that meant.
It's 3, all right.
Yeah. 3 in the tree, baby.
Yeah.
Slur.
Yeah. We got Eddie Kingston and Jericho on top of this. They're beating the shit out of each other. I knew Sammy was going off the top of that thing. Yeah, I knew he was going. Like, he was just waiting, I guess, for those guys to, like, catch their breath to get thrown out. Oh, Eddie Kingston is biting Jericho's face
But yeah,
as they show Popeye's chicken.
Yes, yeah. His face tastes like some chicken sandwich.
My favorite was still the Domino's ad when Nick Gage was using the pizza cutter on Jericho.
That's funny.
But yeah, Andy, when you tell me you're gonna have my boy Nate on there, I'm like, well, I gotta be on the show because, like I said, I've been rocking with Nate like back in PTW days. I've been rocking with Nate for a while.
Well, reach out to him for him. See if we can get him on here for this. You're his homeboy.
All right.
Yeah.
Like
I've messaged him a couple times.
I've got every one of his shirts, all his posters and everything.
Get Craven on here too.
For real?
Reach out to him. Get him on here. He's gonna text him right now. Tell him come on over right now. Shit.
Yeah, Craven's
We'll stay on here all night.
Terry England. So Terry England runs the UCW show.
Uh-huh.
And I'd put a post up. I wrestled Kyle Hawk on his show. And I put up a post that said, I need more matches with Kyle Hawk.
Yeah. I seen that earlier, yeah.
Terry England. You're welcome.
Yeah. I'd like to meet some of these guys, man. You know, I'd like to come up there and check out some of your matches in these other places, you know.
Oh, by all means, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know.
It's just a thought. Do a mobile podcast.
Yeah.
Do a rolling podcast and come to a show and do it and cover it live. I bet someone would love that.
Oh yeah, I'm in thinking about doing that. I gotta just figure out like.
I was doing some from the bus and from the van.
Yeah, I gotta figure out that little because the internet. I gotta have a really good strong internet connection.
I have a mobile hotspot that I used for mine, and I did mine from my phone. And I only did it here and there, and it got over really well. I really liked it. Once I get the bus back on the road more, and refinished, I want to do more from there and have it like a rolling studio.
Yo, I would love that, dude. I would love to have a rolling studio, and I'm gonna work on that at some point. I got a couple vans, and I really am gonna work on that. The
bus is perfect for it.
So Larry D said he'd come on the podcast, but he's so busy, on Wednesday nights, especially because I think he does his wrestling. I think he does his
so Larry
training shit down there.
Yeah, he's got his school and his training. He's got the bar. He's got his shows that he does.
Yeah,
and he's got his shows that he runs. And then they're doing construction stuff too. He's got the Legends like construction and this and that they're working on.
Yeah.
So he stays really. Plus he's got a family.
Yeah.
So he stays really busy.
And I told him that he said I said, well, maybe I'll just bring the podcast to you. And he's like, yeah, man, just come down here and we'll do the podcast from the bar, which is great.
That would be something to look into, mobile podcasting.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. Like I'm going to get that done, and then that way I go from the studio setting to the actual setting down at my first mobile will probably be down at Legends Bar and Event.
Like I said, I see a lot of people that do like bus life and van life and all that, and they do a lot of things like that where they document everything or do lives and whatnot. And I was like, why not do it for wrestling shows and just really get people involved?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You being a wrestler, man, that would probably go over good for you to do, have a little podcast that you do,
Yeah. Well, doing the van life stuff.
I might even help you produce it, man, if you
I'd be all for that.
Yeah.
Well, so doing the van life stuff and he got him in a stretch plum. Look at that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That over tapping out, ain't he?
Yeah. Being in the van life stuff and the bus life stuff, it brought a different community into the wrestling stuff, and then it brought wrestling people into the van life stuff.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting.
Yeah, that van life and small living is cool because, like I said, I had to live in my podcast studio for a few weeks, and I kind of enjoyed the minimal life. I was going to the gym and showering, and
I preferred. I mean, and when I did that, I had an apartment full of stuff.
Yeah.
So
is that kind of what you do now? Do you kind of live out of your van?
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. You want to tell us more about that?
Sorry, I got caught up in this.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the wrestling they're been doing some crazy shit in here. Oh man, that's glass.
I'm trying to see this story they're playing out with Claudio and Kingston.
Oh yeah,
the finish was interesting. They both had him in a submission, but they counted Claudio's, I think, as the tap. And Kingston's like, what?
Oh, wow.
So he thought he won him the match, and there was like...
That's crazy to do that move up on a damn...
Yeah.
Yeah. So who actually won this match? Like
I think
Claudio did, right?
Claudio did.
Oh, really? They did the handshake and shit.
I'm all right, dog.
So they're cool with each other, huh?
I'm waiting for him to get up and back fist him in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's like, no,
I'm
stop being
waiting.
in my face so much.
I'm waiting for him to get up and just back fist somebody.
Yeah, I'll deal with you for just a second, dude, but don't get in my face.
Well, I can see him going into something with him and Claudio.
Oh yeah, they have a history of ROH back in ROH anyway, don't they? Like they have
ROH and Chikara.
Yeah, they have a big history of that, them fighting each other anyway. So Mox is climbing up there. Mox is like, you can tell he's scared, ain't he? You can tell Mox is scared of climbing up there. Mox don't like the heights. You can tell that.
I'm still waiting for somebody else to get thrown off the cage.
I know, right? I guess all those guys are on the same team up there now. Yeah, all those guys. They got Eddie. They got Jericho. Jericho's still up there.
Yeah. Yuta's up there.
Who's that guy? Is that,
That's Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta.
no,
Wheeler
the guy
Yuta.
right there with his hand up. Right there with all the blood on him in a white tank top.
I don't know. That's one of the other guys, isn't it? No, he came. They all came out in red. I don't know who that other guy is.
Where?
The guy in the white tank top. That guy. Oh, that's a. That's one of Ortiz
Yes,
or
Ortiz,
yeah, because he got his hair cut off. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A couple of weeks ago, he had a hair.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him either at
Yeah.
first. I was like, who the hell?
Yeah, Ortiz or Santana or Ortiz, one of them. I can't.
I think
I
it's
never.
Santana.
Yeah, I forgot that he
I'm
had his
waiting
hair
for
cut
Kingston
off.
just to push Claudio off the cage
Yeah,
for some
Kingston's
reason.
back is like wrecked. Looks like. Yeah, these guys are gonna. Yeah, Kingston's back is like wrecked. He can't even hardly stand
Wheeler
up.
Yuta looks like he's been through a dog fight.
Yeah, he's got a blood all over him. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, Mox has been working out. A couple months ago, about 6 months ago back when he was fat as fuck.
I remember when he came back from his injury.
Yeah.
When he was in WWE, and he came back from his injury. He was jacked.
Yeah. Well, I guess the Blackpool Combat Club won this match. I guess on
Wednesday.
Does that next Wednesday or is that on
No, that's next Wednesday.
Royal Rampage? They're having a big.
I feel like I'm watching a Marvel
wow.
movie waiting for the post-credit scene to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So next week they're having a Royal Rampage. I guess they're keeping the rings up and they're going to have a Battle Royal. Looks like.
Now there's the copyright thing, so I guess they're not going to.
Yeah, this is over. AEW is over. Blackpool Blackpool Combat Club just beat the hell out of the Jericho Appreciation Club. That's twice in a row, ain't it? Didn't they lose at the other?
I don't know.
They
Honestly.
lost the other one too, I think. So I guess do a little guys. If you guys are up for any internet gaming, check out Royal X at 859-684-9176. Those guys. Tell them that Nice Guy Andy sent you over there, and they'll sign you up and give you $5 free for signing up. And they give away thousands of prizes every day, and you can play their games. And cash out is quick and easy. So give them a call. And for later on that night at Royal Dark, you can message those guys at Royal X Royal Dark on Facebook, and they'll sign you up. They stay up until 4 a.m. in the morning, and they stay up for you guys to play with them. So. Tell them Nice Guy Andy sent you, and
That was the thing you was asking the van stuff. I got caught up.
yeah,
I lived out of the Odyssey for a while. I had a Honda Odyssey. I lived out for quite a.
I had a Honda Odyssey back in the day. I loved that man.
Yeah, and then I got the bus, and I was in it for a while. And the bus right now, while I'm renovating it, it's parked because I've been staying with my girlfriend and her family.
Like a school bus kind of.
It's a short bus. Well, not a short bus. It's a shuttle bus.
Shuttle bus, okay.
Yeah, it's a smaller shuttle bus. It's maybe 20 feet.
Yeah.
So it's been parked there, and and through the winter and whatnot, I've been staying with them.
Yeah.
And everything, helping them out, and them helping me out and whatnot, and it worked out pretty good while I'm doing the renovating and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty good there, and then I want to get it ready to get back on the road to travel and do loops for shows and stuff and all that.
That sounds fun, man.
Yeah, they've been a big help with a lot of that as far as like giving me a place to work on it and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Like I recently found cabinets for it that somebody was repurposing a house.
Yeah.
Or renovating a house, repurposing a house. And
Yeah,
I repurposed
same
the
thing, I
cabinets.
guess.
I'm trying to do it all with repurposed stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That way I don't put anything into it.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it, too. I mean, there's some...
But yeah, that's what I got sidetracked on that one watching the thing. I was like...
Oh, those guys are crazy, man. That last blood and guts match with in the cage there, that's nuts. That's some nut stuff.
It's good to have a place to put it, to have it parked and have somebody help you and stuff with it and everything, though. But for when I had it for that 6 months, for the most part, unless I stayed with somebody, I was in it full time.
Yeah.
And then here recently, the last 6 months? Yeah, 6 months. About 6 months. I've been staying with them and working out of there and everything else. So that's been a good, it's been a good downtime, I guess, to really work on stuff and get things organized.
It seems like your mind's always going. You're always thinking of stuff to do.
It never stops. I'm OCD as can be, and yeah, I'm always thinking about something. My brain never shuts down.
Well, see, I'm the same way, except I'm ADHD. I can't sit still. I always have to be up and moving.
I love all this. I love this look with all these belts on the table here. I just have to.
Right?
Yeah. Now you're going to take 2 of them away, and it's going to be. I'm going to be sad.
Well, I got to
again.
go defend them.
I got to be sad.
Give me
again.
that big blue one. It's cool, too.
Yeah, I know, right? That big blue one's staying with me, but we're getting another one. We're going to get a red one made for like the big blue one there.
That big blue one is pretty dope.
Yeah, I don't know
really
which
like
one
the
I'd
way
let
it
you. I don't know which one I'm gonna like. I'm gonna eventually swap them out with the older belt with the newer belt, but
Everybody I've showed the belt, like the one I've got,
Yeah.
everybody I've showed it to has been impressed with it. They
Oh,
said it
yeah.
was really nice.
yeah, it's a nice belt. The guys that you guys, if y'all want a belt like that, check out Muhammad Jafir on Facebook, and he'll make you a belt. Like he'll just do whatever you ask him to do. Like he's made this belt, and he's made that other belt, the other podcast belt, and he's making us another red belt like the blue belt. So guys, Muhammad Jafar on Facebook, check him out. He is one of the sponsors of the Nice Guy Andy podcast. So keep him, tell him the Nice Guy Andy sent you, and that way he might not give you a discount, but he's gonna give me a discount. So. Check us out to support. That's the way to support the Nice Guy Andy podcast. And if you guys are out there watching us, the last few minutes of the podcast is here. And if you guys want to send some stars, that's the way we pay the bills around here with our sponsors and the stars. And we got to get these new belts made. We got to go out to these shows. We got to check out. We got to travel around, follow Zodiac around, and we got to get Chris Blade trained for some matches and. We got bills to play around here. I got to fill the cooler full of ice and buy some bourbon. So
Get more L8.
get more L8 for the customers. I mean, for the fans, out here. So, but AEW Dynamite is over, and the podcast we've went to 2 hours now, and I want to thank Chris Southern Outlaw Chris Blade for joining me.
My
and
pleasure.
I want to tell the guys, Sean Johns and Superfan Johnny Lee, thank you guys. I know y'all are sick, and I know y'all would love to have been here with Zodiac in the studio, and y'all guys get better. And I want to thank my special co-host tonight that just stepped up to the plate and read some of the messages and is the podcast champion, and he brung his other championship belt with us. And Zodiac, is there anything else you want to say?
Thanks for having me out. We'll definitely have to do it again when everybody can make it.
Yeah. Shout out to all your social media
I
stuff.
hope I did Sean John well for co-hosting and everything else.
Yeah, he's got big shoes. He does his job really good.
I'm on all the social media stuff. I'm on Instagram at _Zodiac_, Twitter at Hybrid Zodiac. Facebook is under the same stuff. It's all under Hybrid Zodiac. There's only one Zodiac with a K on Facebook and social media pretty much, and that's me, so it's not too hard to find. If you Google Zodiac Wrestler, you're going to find me on there.
Zodiac with the K, guys. Google him. Yeah, Google him. Yeah, it's like that. Google the Nice Guy Andy podcast, because we're out there. You can find us. For Chris Blade here, Google Chris Blade. He's going to be out there fighting at some point. He's going to be out there at
Should I
KPW, and hopefully...
media?
Huh?
Should I drop my social
Yeah,
media?
shop your... Yeah.
My Instagram is Chris Wilson 859. You can look me up on Facebook under Chris Blade, like KRISS, and then
Chris
BLADE.
Exactly. You can find the Nice Guy Andy podcast everywhere that social media is too. We are on everything. We are on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Discord, Reddit. We are on Truth Media. We're on Get Her. We're on Minds. We're on Tumblr. We're everywhere, guys.
Tumblr.
Yeah,
Tumblr?
we're on Tumblr still. Yeah, we're probably on MySpace if y'all gotta look.
Did you know MySpace is still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. We're probably on there. If we're not on there, we're soon to be on MySpace. So check it out.
I miss MySpace.
Yeah, I know the way old MySpace was.
We did time wrong.
Yeah. They should bring it back and do that shit again. So guys, check out Royal Lex and Royal Dark, and we're gonna get out of here. And like Johnny Lee always says, stay nice.